You're now tuned into STWF-TV, The Parlay Perspective. The Parlay Perspective. Where we talk hockey.
Feed Byfield around one man in on goal. Scores! What a goal! Quentin Byfield! And that gets Jim Fox out of his seat here at Crypto.com Arena.
Basketball.
To take matters into his own hands, Van Horn. Now you got to get the team from the third quarter.
Football.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my goodness! Oh my God! Wilson's gonna lob one, and somehow, some way, Paul Richardson comes up with the ball. Cuts upfield, hurdles over a couple of people.
Oh my goodness! Did you see that? He hit Steve Brown with what looked like a karate kick.
Baseball and more.
Goes again. Pitch is swung on a miss. Throw to second base is high. They're going to say that Rojas got in the way. It doesn't matter. Sosa tagged him out anyway. That was an amazing catch and tag by Sosa.
In the air along the line in right. Long way to go for Jake. Foul ground, and he's got it. And he's up and over.
The Parlay Perspective. The Parlay Perspective.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It's your boy, Coach Lee, back up in here hollering at your boys. As always, back at you like we're mad at you. We're here to have a lot of fun, man. We appreciate everybody hopping in here, doing their thing as always. We are, 2 days away from the weekend. Got a great show lineup for you tonight as always. Got a full slate of talent for you tonight. So let's get the guys up here and do what we do best. Coming straight off the dome, doing this damn thing as always. Let's get my guy up in here, Meta Wide.
Oh, it's hump day. Parlay Perspective time, baby. Let's get it in, man. What's going on, Coach, man? Like you said, we got a loaded guys tonight, the end of middle of the week, man. So let's get ready.
Absolutely, man. Who we got in here tonight? I know we got everybody here tonight. We've
got a couple marks. Got a couple marks in here tonight. You know what I'm saying? Bring the first mark in. We're gonna save the ultra mark for the main event because he's always the main event. We're gonna bring the two side marks in. First off, BS and Ben Media's own Dale in the building.
Yo, what's happening? What's happening, baby?
Word with you, man. How you doing?
All good. You know, man, it's WrestleMania season. Look, college basketball in full effect. Look, it's just a good time to be a sports fan right now, bro.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for coming along on this Wednesday, man. We actually got somebody. I said last night he was in palm trees, and I guess there's thunderstorms and stuff like that because it's kind of scared him off. Back to the set. So welcome back to the set after a week of disappearance. My guy, is it Jake from State Farm? Is it Jake? Is it the villain? But we know who he is, man. Let's bring him in here. My God, what's going on with you?
Man, I'm gonna. Hey, there we go. See, I had an entrance song last time. Now I got an applause. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I have a short week at work. I got tonight, then I'm off the rest of the week. Got to take off for WrestleMania. I promised my dog Took that we'd do a show together because he said, the last two times you went on, I wasn't here. We got problems. I was like, nah, man, we ain't got problems. It's just the way the stars.
Oh, no problem, man. I mean, it was good in relief. At the end of the day, man. The triangle offense did continue, so no hard feelings there. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta giggle. You know what I'm saying? And crack some jokes. But we got the main event coming in here, man. This man's the main event because we bring him one last every time, and guess what? I ain't changing tonight. My God, word with it.
What's the word, people? How we doing?
I'm doing good, man.
We in the building.
AKA Kramer.
Yeah. Slide in. I mean, I think y'all call me in loud because I talk too much and no one else will be able to.
Nah. We just like it. It's a flow. It's the flow thing, man. You know what I'm saying? We know.
We gotta keep tradition. Yeah, tradition. I love it.
Man. Shout out to Bobby. What's going on with you? Shout out to Chris. What's going on with you? I'm figuring it's either Bernard or Daryl with the James Brown shuffle foot dancing to the chat.
Well,
Michael Jackson, moves.
That intro had me, boy. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Daryl always got the intros, man.
Absolutely.
That's how you get into a room, bro.
You can always tell it's him, huh?
Oh yeah. Also, Daryl, I literally picture how you say it every time. Just you enter the room like that. That shit's funny.
Like, share, subscribe, man. STWF-TV, man. Join us in, man. We here, man. Check you on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all streaming platforms. We here.
Bobby, good call, because I already broke it first, like right away. First thing I did. First thing I did.
Absolutely. Chris, we gonna answer that question.
Can't win. It is. You can't win them all, man.
If you did, would we be here? That's the question.
Speaking of not winning them all, these damn parlays, man.
You got another 25 leg parlay?
Yo, I was this close to winning that one, all right?
Smoked earlier. I got smoked. No, not even smoked. I had the Brewers plus 1.5, and in the 7th inning, the Twins decided they want to hit a home run.
7th inning in a hockey game?
Heated.
Port Norfolk. That's either Jesse or Rob. That's family right there. What's up?
Port Norfolk in the building. Shout out to you.
In here, Port.
Marquise in the building. Shout out to you.
So, who was that? That was Chris asked about. I think you already answered.
Yeah, we're gonna answer that semi. We're gonna answer that semi in a bit. You know what I'm saying? We got a lineup of things that we're gonna discuss. I don't know if that was on the top of the order, but hey, we'll get to it, Chris, man. So continue to show love and ride with us.
Yo, for the viewers, this is great. I just happened to look into the private chat where we made comments and figure shit out. Yo, two did the exact opposite of whatever. I love it. I love it. Coach types in the private. Yo, do bring in Will, then Dale, then Jake.
He went completely out of order.
I seen it. Hey, you know me, man. Most of the private chats I see after the fact anyway. So you know what I'm saying. You got to let me know that before that, because you know I'm just going all in, man. But nah, that was that.
I'm gonna do what I
was. Two gave him the Westbrook, bro. Like what?
Said I gotta come off the bench.
Oh, funny. Let's go.
Y'all already cutting up, man.
Yeah, I'll be derailing. I'm sorry. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. We'll back in.
Chris said private chat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't want no parts of that.
Without privates.
Not take that.
Hold on, Chris was like private chat. What are we? Who's private? We chatting about?
We got to name Bad Boy.
Yeah, take that. Diddy did.
So Jake, I'm glad you on here tonight.
Oh boy,
I'll probably say by far when it comes to this particular sport, you and Will will probably two's versed in it too. I don't know about that, but we're gonna see tonight. We're gonna look at some NHL power rankings.
All right. My team's taking a dip, but all right,
ain't no Diddy chat. Yeah, team's taking a dip.
Double negative. You confuse me.
I'm trying to do this now. We're gonna get the top 10 of the NHL.
Okay.
I'm just trying to keep his composure.
Yeah, I am. So number 10, they're up 2 spots with a record of 43, 22, and 9. Got the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's your squad, ain't it, Jake?
No.
That's just a Maple Leaf fan.
No, don't do that to me. Get the hell out of here with that.
Dale and I are from Louisiana. What's the NHL?
That's right, Bobby. All right, Bobby.
He said, "What?" He said, "What's this hokey thing you guys are always talking about?" So nobody play hokey.
Oh man. Who is your team, Jake?
I love the Winnipeg Jets.
Okay, they were number 11, down 4 spots.
Yeah, you see, that's why I said they're on a skid. They lost 6 straight after being at the top of the NHL. They're in normal form.
Wow, I never heard of that team. Like for real.
Hold up. I am proud of Jay. Y'all heard that? Y'all got that right? Y'all see what just happened?
What's that?
Y'all asked him what his favorite team was, and we ain't end up with a 10-minute story.
Hey. Don't give him a lunch pad.
There was no Bandcamp Chronicles.
It's pretty valid though.
Nope. I like the team, and that's where we're gonna keep it.
Yeah, they're good.
So as far as the Maple Leafs,
we got 5 people on the show tonight. We ain't got the time.
Yeah, so I love
for the Maple Leafs. It says it's not that wide of a gap between the Bruins, the Panthers, and the Maple Leafs as far as talent is concerned. But they're saying that that might be the most consistent right now out of those 3. Jake, do you agree?
And if they're the most consistent right now, that's a problem. Because we know this team, when it breaks down, is not going to be consistent. We hope for them to do it. They have the power to do it. They have the players to do it. But regular season, they say it's like regular season in Dallas, coach. You know what I'm saying, with the Cowboys. They say the Toronto Maple Leafs are, man. Shout out to my man Sean. You know, that keeps me updated on NHL stuff.
Mostly just shit.
But yeah, wait until the postseason for these boys. But it's good that they're doing good right now.
No, you see, Will, the thing is, at least you guys all know what my favorite team is. We can't ever tell with Sean. We don't know what he likes. But
he is obsessed. All you gotta do is be on his timeline. That man is obsessed with the Penguins. It is all Sidney Crosby. That man would drink his bathwater.
Literally, oh man, literally what Tuke said. This is very normal for the Maple Leafs. They're whatever through the season enough to stay in that, you know, the playoff chase and whatnot. And then at the end of the season, they get really good, and then they're normally knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. Last year was different. They got to the second round, but still got knocked out. So yeah, this is normal for the Maple Leafs. They're right where we're right where they should be. They're just waiting to take that next step. They got one of the best talents in Austin Matthews. They got a great cast around them. They're really struggling at goalie, but yeah, this is about normal for the Maple Leafs.
Austin Matthews tearing it up this year, honestly.
He's a monster.
Yeah, that dude just produces points.
That's true. It said with him on the roster, you always going to be in the contender conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, is really before we move on, I know we got a bunch to do, but before we move on, what really is their problem though? Like, with a player that good, like what happens to the play? Is it goaltending?
No, to be honest with you, it's 2 things. Yes, goaltending's always been an issue, or at least the last 5 years has. If you want, I'm not superstitious or nothing, but they're just cursed.
Yeah,
sounds familiar.
No, yeah, I know.
Anything that's bad that can happen will happen.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Occam's razor. Is that what that is? Yeah. Oh no, that's Murphy's Law.
Number 9, down 3 spots from last week at a record of 45, 23, and 5. The Edmonton Oilers. They said that Connor McDavid is having a down year compared to the 22-23 season, but they're still vying for the Pacific Division crown.
What, he's not walking on water this year?
Well, no, you see, the thing is, when you got, in my opinion, the best player in the entire NHL on your team, he's down to have bad games, bad years. And he can't do it all himself, so they tried to line him up with players around him.
Draisaitl's nice.
Draisaitl, exactly. I was about to say, Draisaitl's literally the only person that can help him elevate to the next level. Everyone else that they put around him has either gotten too old or they just disappeared for no reason. I mean, Zach Hyman might be the second or the third best guy on the team when they thought that it could be Nick Nurse and what's the other guy's name? The guy that Evander Kane. And they just don't show up the way that they were supposed to.
Should have went out and got Patrick Kane.
Honestly.
Yeah, sure. I mean, he was available and he can put the biscuit in the basket, which is what they need help with alongside of him. Yeah, it's weird that whatever. I'm sorry, we can move on, but that team's weird to me because they're really talented. At least up top.
It's another team that's weak at goalie though.
Yeah, fair.
Number 8, Vancouver Canucks.
Talk about surprise of the year
down the stretch. Say again.
Sorry about that. Talk about surprise of the year because I didn't expect nothing from Vancouver. This is unbelievable to me. But good on them. I hope they do well in the playoffs.
Is it because of Elias Patterson's been balling? He's kind of cooled off a little bit, but
he's a big part of it.
They're up 1 spot at a record of 46, 21, and 8.
Yeah, man. You had a phenomenal season, man. When you have so much of a phenomenal season, there is going to be that stretch, like we just mentioned here, where this is a down slope. So right now it's a down slope. You know, it's kind of like people got the tape on you. So now let's see what goes on throughout the rest of the regular season in the playoffs for them. But definitely not a team that's going to surprise people anymore. They've done that all season. So let's see what teams can dial up on them.
Perfect. Coming in number 7, up 4 spots with a record of 42, 25, and 8. The Las Vegas Golden Knights. They're on fire right now. They've been victorious in the last 6 games.
Do they look like a two-peat team? Not to me. Are they possibly going to get there? Everyone's got a chance when they get to the playoffs. Not much change from last year's team, but at the same time, they're on a downhill thing right now, in my opinion.
They're going through some injuries, right?
Yeah. So we'll see what comes playoff time, because you get completely different teams when it comes to the playoffs.
Yes, you get a completely different team. Absolutely, I feel you get a different complete team, but with this team, as we've seen, and you just mentioned, same team as last year. So now when you get into the postseason with teams like the Canucks, who are surprised, you got the Flames, you got some teams that are going to be in there like, oh, this is a long time we had since smelling this success. You got a veteran team in the Golden Knights you don't want to play. You don't want to turn that light on. So for the Vegas Knights right now, it's like kind of like they're the number 1 seed in the league in terms of the Western Conference, because they're still going to be there at the end. Hopefully, it was all said and done. This is definitely going to be dope. NHL players definitely going to be dope. No longer mighty. What?
Now he asked me if the Mighty Ducks still exist. He asked if there's the Mighty Ducks.
The Mighty Ducks are still competing.
I was like, yes, they're just the Ducks now. They're no longer mighty.
Ain't no mighty about them. Coming in number 6, down
they also
2 spots.
Dropped that part of the name, by the way. I'm pretty sure, because are they no longer right? Are they no longer connected with Disney? I think they're no longer connected.
I don't think they are. Yeah, I think you're right.
That's why they had to drop the Mighty.
Number 6, down 2 spots, record of 47, 24, and 5. The Florida Panthers. They're kind of struggling recently. They got 8 losses in the last 10 games.
Be real with you. This is my betting hand in the betting scene, and they've had a rough stretch. For real. It's unlike the Panthers to have a skill like this, man. So it's disappointing, man. But a lot of the good teams that were up, you know, at some point in the season, they're all struggling now, man. That's what it kind of does, man.
That's 100% factual. Like Tuke said, there's a lot of teams that were on the up and up going into March that literally just started skidding at the end of March out of nowhere. But the Panthers are a wily veteran team with a really good head coach. I think that they're going to be fine on a comeback. And they got they have one of the top goalies in the league. I think that they can make just a perfectly fine push at the playoffs. They just got to get the skid out the way.
They play in Florida. Sunrise, Florida. Playing Hogan Town.
Number 5, up 3 spots with a record of 44, 17, and 15. Y'all's Boston Bruins.
Yeah, they was getting smoked for the last couple of weeks too on the rail. You know, and they're trying to seem to pick things up right now. But it just comes to who's going to be consistent. We have the Bruins, another team. You mentioned the Maple Leafs, you know, a little while ago. And just like the Bruins, they go in the playoffs and then they just pull the same bullshit they do in just about every postseason. So up to now, it's kind of who's going to be that team that wants it more, man. But the Bruins are always up there with the elite of the NHL, man. So shout out to them and the way their GMs and organization, you know, go through players. You know, maybe know it's time for a player to leave. You know, good add-ons, not the best crazy signings, but they get guys that are legit. Another team you don't want to play, but at the same time, they might just give you the win in the playoffs.
Florida Panthers.
Number 4, down 1 spot with a record of 47, 21, and 7. The Carolina Hurricanes. They've been doing it the last couple of months, the last month, or actually. Sebastian Aho has really found his game, got 6 goals in the last 5 games.
Sebastian Aho is ridiculous.
you got a couple of dangerous things going on in Florida right now. You got the Hurricanes ascending. You got the Panthers. That's two dangerous things right there. Panther and a Hurricane. And they're going to be in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Do you want to play any of these two teams going to play all time? I'm probably more fearful for the Hurricanes. Because we've seen them do some stuff before. So, as I said, man, they are hitting the right strides at the right time.
Didn't the Panthers win it all recently?
I believe so, a couple of years
A
ago.
few years ago,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
All right, our top three. Number 3, down 2 spots with a record of 47, 22, and 6. The Colorado Avalanche.
Man, they're just a team that's always going to be there. They're so good. They got the talent around them. They got a great goalie, great coach. That's prime hockey town there in Colorado. It's just they're going to be there. They're going to make a push. They got a Stanley Cup playoff worthable team. I can't say anything bad about them. I hate it.
What do you think might be going on with Nathan McKinnon, though? Getting registered a point in 2 of the last 3 games. Is anything to worry about or just a hiccup?
Just a hiccup.
Fair enough.
He's one of those players that rebounds fine. He's gonna go on a skid just like any decent player does, or good player actually. He'll be fine.
He's a top 5 player in the league. He'll be fine.
And then his best buddy, Kyle McCarr's on the defensive side. That's going to pick him up fine.
Yeah, man. It seems like the same beat and song, man. It seems like these teams just want to get to playoff time. You know, and we don't talk hockey much, but since we've been talking about it, we're getting into the flow of how these players play, how teams are playing, and, you know, things of that nature. But then you go into other sports, NFL, NBA, this is kind of where they get tired. This is kind of where the stars got to push the team. You know what I'm saying? But then the stars are tired because they've been balling out all year. So we just get to a point now where the playoff, just the name, the postseason is going to just give everybody that extra energy. Avalanche are always respectable, though. So we'll see what they do there.
Number 2, with no movement, it was number 2 last week at 50, 21, and 4. The New York Rangers.
Be real with you. To me, not saying they're the best team, but probably the most, I say probably the most consistent, only because I'm probably on the East Coast and I watch them a lot more. Number 1, gonna have an argument. You know, we'll talk about that in a second. But in terms of who I watched this season, the Rangers are probably one of the, if not, 1 or 2 best teams in the NHL. And this ranking proves it all.
Yeah, Tuke, they're my pick for the championship. I think they're going to win it all this year. As long as they stay healthy going into the playoffs, they're fine. Mika Zibanejad is – me and Will just talked about top 5. Mika Zibanejad is right there, too. He's unbelievable. And then you got, I believe, that if I'm not – I hope I don't – I'm going to mess up his name. I'm going to butcher it. Igor Shesterkin, I think his name is.
That's pretty good.
Possibly the best goalie in the league right now, too.
And number 1, up 4 spots from last week with a record of 47, 19, and 9, the Dallas Stars. Hottest team in the league right now, 7-game winning streak.
Hey, like I said, man, number 1, I have an argument. It's definitely an argument. And even if Coach doesn't say nothing, he knows this is where the argument is. They are good. Definitely. I haven't watched a lot of them, you know, so I'm hoping in the playoffs to be able to see a game or 2 to operate. But, yeah,
Coach,
every week we talked about hockey. We've talked about this team in full, not only because Coach is a fan, but at the same time, they've definitely been making noise. So, shout out to the team I haven't seen play all year in the Stars, and the team that I've seen play in the Rangers, man. That'll be interesting Stanley Cup matchup.
So, Coach, I do got a question for you. Have you seen much Stars hockey this year so far?
I've probably seen, to be honest, I've probably seen maybe 7, 8 games. But recently I have seen got some pretty good goaltending going on right now with Jake Ottinger.
I was about to say I'm willing. I wanted to ask this. Jake Ottinger did not look like himself this year, but he's come on recently. I don't know what his deal was at the beginning of the season, because I was absolutely going to ape shit crazy over him last year when we were talking hockey hot and heavy. And this year I'm like, what happened to this guy? Is he the franchise goalie? Where'd he go? What's going on with him? But he's come back along finally. And yeah, that Dallas is ridiculous. and I'm glad he came back. But I didn't know. I wanted to know your opinion if you thought that he was just on a tough start of the season, or if you think that he's back and he's fine.
I think he's back. He's been hot, over the last, I think, about 5 or 6 games. I think he's given up like a 1.4 goals against average. So he's kind of coming around. So hopefully, the team stays healthy. We'll see, though. I do agree with Took, though. I think the championship goes. The ice goes to the Rangers. This is funny. This is why I was smirking. Chris says, "Since when does Carolina have a hockey team? He's been there since '96."
Chris, don't ever change unless forced by the government.
I will say though, Dallas has probably the most physical hockey team in the league right now too, and it's been like that for the last 3 years.
Yeah, I
don't
know. Maybe you can answer this for me, Jake. I feel like the Western Conference literally has physical teams. Like, I feel like the East is kind of like, you got your. I mean, you got your stars like Connor McDavid and them over there, but in terms of the physicality, those
the West. In the words of Jim Morrison, the West is the best. So I like my side.
All right. So that's the power rankings for NHL. Next, we're gonna get to the question that was asked of us earlier today, or earlier at the beginning of the show.
Shout out to Chris, man.
Shout out to Chris, as always. We definitely appreciate the interaction with us. But let me see where'd it go. You know what? Yeah, Dale, we do got a lot of stuff in here. I'm cycling through everything. Here we go. Oh yeah. Which one has the bigger platform in regards to March Madness?
Yeah. So this is
or which league, rather?
This is really coming off of the LSU versus Iowa game that we had in the Elite Eight, and it broke records as far as viewership is concerned. And last year it broke records. It was 6 million last year. That was the record. But this year they shattered that record to about 12 million. People just watched this game. And this wasn't even a championship game. The previous one was an actual championship game. And they're saying that this is the most watched college basketball game ever on ESPN platforms. So this also leads to the fact that Angel Reese has decided to go pro. Going to the
she announced that today.
Yeah. Shout out to the young girl.
Yeah. So really looking at it, which league has the most eyes on it? It's college.
Yeah,
right?
It's not even close.
Like not even close.
It's college. It's definitely college. But go. We'll talk my answer.
Isn't she making more money right now on NIL money than she would as a player in the WNBA?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why me and Will was going back and forth the other day. I think it was after the show, in regards to like her possibly staying because that money's there. And I was saying maybe, saying the extra year will have you probably as a number 1 to 3 pick, you're projected 7. But the money definitely NIL, but like she said the other day too, the money's gonna follow her.
Yeah.
So as long as her game proves and shows, then that money will still follow her. So she'll be making some cake.
Yeah, and it's definitely possible, but I think more people are now going to be looking at you in the NCAA versus the WNBA. The WNBA is wild to me because, and don't get me wrong, I don't follow the WNBA, really, really closely. But I know a LSU player got drafted in the WNBA last year, and they cut her. After camp. Like, what? You cut your first round pick? That seems outstanding to me. Like, you serious?
But it was viewed that way. Everyone was like, what?
Yeah.
So it wasn't just like, it wasn't like this is a normal occasion.
Yeah.
But that's still wild.
That player is Alexis Morris.
Yes.
She was released from the Connecticut Sun.
But wasn't there a whole thing about her pregnancy? Wasn't there a thing about a pregnancy and stuff like that?
See, I don't know the story for sure.
Yeah,
I just know she's first round pick gotten cut. But now she's playing for the Harlem Globetrotters. So I mean, it can't be that.
Hey.
No, I'm saying at the time, I believe, and I think she washed her hands with the league because they didn't back her. So she was just like, then I'm out. I believe. But I definitely know that it had to do with like maternity leave or something like that.
Okay.
And they wanted to rush her back or some shit. And not pay. I don't know what the exact situation was, but I know it involved.
It may more due to kind of what you're showing. I don't know, but this is an interesting fact too. Not only her in that draft, but number 11, 17, 20, 22, 24, 26, and 27 were waived.
Yeah.
That's wild. I wonder if it's because players, they're out the gate, they're like, yeah, we're going to play in multiple leagues. We're going to play overseas too. And they're like, no.
Well, probably so, because I'm looking at like values of contracts. Like, why are we leaving school early to go make $150K like Brittany Griner?
Yeah, and that's more what. And this is more the reason why certain people like Andrew Reese, if she wanted to go to the league like she did today, she's gonna get there. She's gonna get drafted, whatever. I think the problem with Alexis was, I feel like you get into a mode with ladies who are already trying to get more money, already trying to push you. It's like they're playing with the struggle.
Yeah.
So when you go into a roster like that and you're in college and you was doing your thing, you kind of have that same mentality at times. Some players do. And then they get hit by the players that are already in that locker room.
Yeah.
And then you're playing one preseason game. You probably came off the bench. You're probably like, well, I can be a 6th, 7th lady off the bench, but I'm not no 9, 10, 11 person. And that's probably how she treated. And like you said, well, they probably was at odds, wasn't backing up, and shit, we cut. We don't need you.
Like, I can get money somewhere else. I'm out.
But that's like the most valuable contract in the WNBA right now, $898,700.
Yeah, it's not even $1 million.
That's insane, bro.
Yo, so they showed. Remember the Caitlin Clark offer from Q, the $5 million.
Yep.
If she took the $5 million, she makes more than the entire roster of every other team in the league.
Yeah.
All of them. The
That's
highest
insane.
one we saw, I think, was like 1.2 million was the highest for one team. And it was all in the million range. Like the whole roster, the whole salary cap was all $1 million, and she was about to make $5 million. Like, she still could do that too. I hope she does it.
Yeah. I mean, to me, the only reason you would leave school at that point is just to not deal with school anymore, right?
Right, and that's they're gonna say they're gonna try to get at Angel and say that was one of the reasons why she left is because of the grades too. But at the same time, you have that plateau, you have that wall to go there. Why not go? You know, other people may say you may need improvement in the game, aka Tuquan. But at the same time, if you got that ticket, take it. Go ahead.
Yeah, you stand to improve more in the league, in my opinion.
I was looking her deal that she has with OWN 3, 1.6 mil.
Mm-hmm.
Right, 1.6 million, and to be real, you know,
Just one deal.
The college game is more appealing than the WNBA game. To me, it's because of just where it's at. College, it's just a different feel. I should tell everybody this. I didn't play college sports, but you know, I go to the games. I'm a sports guy at heart. Just the atmosphere is just so different, and yeah, the girls don't get a lot of love, but colleges, even if it's 500 people at the game, all 500 of those people are showing love to that team. And now you have girls whose skill sets are becoming crazy now. And you get to see that in college now, which you only seen in probably 1, 2 out of every 10 girls. Now it's doubling itself. Now you can even say 4 to 5 out of 10 girls are coming in with a good package. Like people want to watch, want to see. People said Judy the other day playing like Carmelo Anthony. You know what I'm saying? And other girl players they're saying play like this. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's more appealing. It's always been women's college basketball has always been more appealing, but now we're getting a sense of it because we're seeing stuff that we want to see as men. I can speak on women, but I want a woman to come on here one day and speak to me about the game. and we got tons of ladies that could probably do that. We're gonna try to get in touch with one of them. You know what I'm saying, before the spring ends. But in all, shout out to these young ladies. Shout out to the coaches that's developing these ladies. And
the other thing why the college game is bigger is they have a built-in fan base.
Oh yes,
so
I agree.
It's easier to do it in college. It's easier to be big in college.
Like,
yeah.
Right. It's not even just that they're diehard and it's built in, but it's years upon years. Like every single Iowa alumni ever is somewhere right now talking about their team. So like that's a huge point of pride for everybody who's ever been to that school now.
That's probably why I don't watch WNBA, because I don't have a rooting interest.
There's fans, there's many fans of every college team who are older and their fandom is older than the entire WNBA league. So obviously you're gonna have
definitely 6 teams.
You're gonna have way more people involved in NCAA. So and also then you got like all the fans like of the guys teams and whatever, like everybody's gonna jump in. They all gonna root for their team. So the college game is in a great place in terms of on the court. I don't know, the whole NCAA, you could do a show on just that.
Yeah.
But I think it's fascinating, and I think it's gonna keep growing. And I think I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again loud. I'm gonna keep saying it. Caitlin Clark is about to have more pressure than pretty much any athlete ever. I don't think people understand what's happening right now. What everybody's watching, like you got Dan Orlovsky saying she's going to be Wayne Gretzky already. Like I get what he's doing; it's too much, but everything
her to come in and save the league.
Everything about the WNBA moving forward is going to be based on what this girl does.
Yep.
Give it a year, they'll completely forget about her.
No, they won't.
Caitlin Clark. Jake, man. Hey, Jake, they will never forget that jump shot. That's one thing that's going to save her ass. And we said the same thing about the jump shot is going to save her for a long time. That shit goes in.
She's casually shooting from 30, bro. There's no forgetting that.
Right.
She might not be like top 5 player after a while, but you're never going to forget that stroke. You know how to shoot that shit. You got people that can't defend you. You get your shot from any which way. Yeah, that's not gonna be forgotten, bro. But I can understand what you're kind of saying in terms of maybe the height goes down, but I don't think so, man. This girl is electric.
You just gave him way too much time. You gave him way too much time on a troll mission because he's just trolling. He just
in all,
who's trolling?
12 teams. 12 teams in the WNBA.
You think I don't know?
He laughed. I heard him laugh.
Yeah, because I know. I don't know why he tried that.
I mean, he tried to. He's back on the Connecticut growth now. You know what I'm saying?
Who?
Paige Becker's best player in the league.
So speaking of Connecticut, so to answer Chris's his question earlier, got the women's Final Four. Number 1 Iowa against let me go back. Number 1 South Carolina against number 3 NC State on the 5th at 6 p.m. And then you got number 1 Iowa against number 3 UConn at 8:30 p.m. Who you got?
I'm betting. I'm betting.
Year.
I'm betting South Carolina straight up.
Okay. I'm in your court with that.
What?
Who's
out of 4 games?
Out of the
who's South they playing?
NC State.
Oh yeah, the Cinderella.
No, they ain't. And I'm gonna be real with you.
South taking them out. Sorry.
They aren't. No, if South Carolina burns them out the gym, that speaks more about, of course, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Because South Carolina, because North Carolina State aren't slouches. They are. They ball.
North Carolina State women are not slouches. They're damn good.
That's interesting. Do you think there'll be another 12 million watching if Iowa and South Carolina reach the final?
Yeah. It's gonna be an extra 12, 13, 14 million because it was the rematch. It's a rematch too, and they kind of have a little history too. You know what I'm saying over there between these two.
Also, it's a different version of head to head because that one is Dawn versus Clark. Everybody like Dawn makes sure that she's the focus of her teams, not to steal glory, but to keep light off of them players. Like she don't want what's happening with Angel Reese to happen to her players. So she just says all the shit and makes it all about her. I love it. Dawn's one of the best coaches in anything ever. I really enjoy watching her coach.
I'm gonna take South Carolina over NC State. Though NC State, I feel like it's gonna. They have the veteran guard play to go compete with the Gamehawks. Shania Rivers, one female to keep close for. She's actually a North Carolina State player now. She had transferred in 2022 from South Carolina. So she's definitely going to have a chip on her shoulder. She's had a chip on her shoulder the whole season. Cardoso, they have another big, great lady over there that can defend her. It's going to be a good game, but I'm going to take South Carolina. In Iowa, Connecticut, Gio Renier is going to have the blueprint of how to stop Caitlin. I think early he's going to be able to do it. I think early.
You know what he's not going to have? What he's not going to have is the blueprint to stop the NCAA from putting the
that point. See, they're going to end up winning the game. I think Iowa will, but I think early Gino's going to show why he's still in the game coaching and why Connecticut's always been one of those teams, man. Shout out to Jake for blowing the good smoke for UConn, but I just think Caitlin Clark's on a different train track right now, and Iowa's on a different train track. They're going for a national chip. She's wearing those Bruce Lee Kobe's every game. I'm a Kobe guy, so that kind of resonates with me. But Final Four will be South Carolina, Iowa.
Bobby, you right, man. Yeah, they do. What's Shorty's name on the bench? Who she's a 30-point scorer just casually watching basketball from the bench.
So when it comes to the other side of the bracket, I am gonna go. I'm taking the will approach at it, and I'm picking South Carolina. If you have not been beaten, and you've not given me a reason to think you will be beaten, it's South Carolina. And on the other side, we are all going to be watching the current collegiate best female basketball player.
Stop it. I will cut you off right now.
You will not.
Malaysia,
Paige Beckers is going to light up that court, and UConn's going to pull off the upset of the century, even though it's great. Chance. Shout out to Iowa, though. Gabby Marshall.
Who was it? Sisyphus rolling the rock up the hill?
Hold on. Gabby Marshall. She's from Cincinnati, Ohio. I hope she has a great game.
Now, look. I hope. I actually kind of low key want, because I am such a humongous Paige Beckers fan from day one when she came in the league. I was so hyped when she tore her ACL. I was crushed. I was like, damn, because I thought we were gonna see Diana Taurasi level takeover for her, but it didn't work out that way. But she's back. Paige is back, and look, Clark is still the better player in terms of how dominant she is. But overall, Paige got more of a bag. Like, she really does. She's just not pulling up from 30 regularly like that. So, but I can't. This is gonna be literally like a full court 1-on-1, and I can't wait.
It's gonna be so. The LSU game, the LSU and Iowa game had the storyline, but as far as play goes, this game is the game you want to watch.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch this game. And unfortunately,
and the thing is, because I, as you know, the residential hater that I am, and I don't follow other teams that I don't like. I don't know if Iowa has anyone that can compete with Aaliyah Edwards down low. That's the other thing they got to figure out how to stop, because Aaliyah Edwards is a guaranteed 20 again.
Well, they just played a 10-10 lady in Angel Reese, and they damn sure was able to stop her. And Alicia,
she had 20. Was she at 20 and 20?
I mean, but like I said, that's we talked about that other day. The 16 rebounds for me against those girls, the highest person on Iowa and rebounds was Caitlin Clark. Yeah, she was gonna have a field day. But Alicia Edwards is gonna do her thing. But this team right here, they run on like Clark. It's like to the women's game, like Kobe-ish. Like in the years that they won that back-to-back, they lost to the Celtics in 2008. But Caitlin took that in a stride, and now I feel like Caitlin's on that different track, man, where she's like, my girls are on track with me. She got her ladies in sync. There's 2 more games to stay in sync, and I think they can get there, and they can do that. But
I'd feel like I'd be missing out if I didn't say this, because me and Will have already talked about it before. Just imagine if Ozzie Fudd was playing, though, about how
Ozzie Fudd did. They dog walked him. Like, no problem. If she's on the court, They dog walked them, no problem. Because
absolutely.
It's two unbelievably elite players versus just the one. Like, here's the thing. Clark's not alone though. She's gonna have the zebras too. I assure you. So
it's going to be a good game. I'm not going to be. I'm doing the hater thing until Friday, but I just can't wait for this game. It's going to be so fun to watch.
Don't be disappointed when the Zebras take control of that game.
I'm not.
Because they're gonna.
I'm going in there hopeful because I think Paige is a better all around player, but Caitlin Clark has got a jumper. She's the Steph Curry of the women's, and she has she's got a way far elite of a passing game. Other than that, I think Paige has got everything else better. But that's just my humble opinion.
All right. And on the men's side, both games are on the 6th. The 5:09 game, number 1 Purdue against NC State. And at 7:49, number 1 UConn at number 4 Alabama. So you got men and women for NC State and UConn in the Final Four. Pretty impressive.
We're about to get UConn versus NC State is what we're about to get.
Last time women's and men's was in this situation together at the same time in the championship, the last 2 instances, UConn has hoisted the championship in both men's and women's.
Yeah.
2000. Hold on. Crazy thing is 2004, 2014, 2024 is the question.
Every 10 years.
They do, huh?
So that's where you're going at. But to the men's side, nobody can stop UConn right now.
That's not even a conspiracy. That's a trend.
It is a trend. Yeah, trend. Literally a trend. It's not fake. It's no fabrication. It's literally what it is. UConn has not been stopped. They've literally beat every team in this tournament by double digits. Excellent showing in the beam for the fans' sake in the New England based area. They was able to see UConn kill all these college teams. But the national championship, I think for us, yes, North Carolina State's been balling, hooping, and they got a chance to beat Purdue because Purdue, you can beat them. You just got to force their players to kind of like be out their game, but you make it so easy for them. You didn't double Edie. Allow those guards on Purdue to shoot the ball. They're not shooting the ball pretty well. If North Carolina State can do that, they can win. I'm going to go Purdue, though. I want to see against Connecticut. I want to see how Connecticut does against the big man. Listen,
Connecticut, what? They got their own big man. They're going to smoke them. They're going to smoke everybody. What they send, like 2-3 players to the league and reloaded and are better.
I found it wild. I found it wild that in the era of NIL, that these are the teams that are in the Final Four. I mean,
state schools,
right? But you would think it'd be the big schools, Texas and that kind of thing.
That's what we were told, Dale.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is what I was expecting.
The big schools, because of NIL, we're gonna have an unfair competitive advantage. And
so what the hell's going on?
Hold on, I'm gonna shout out. I'm gonna shout out one time. Shout out to my man Unc. The only thing that he possibly got right in the NIL situation is that you're paying all these people all this money, even if it's not a lot, is a lot to them. And that's why you got teams like these teams here hanging like the NC State's hanging around national championship bound just about the Purdue's. You know what I'm saying? This is why you got them, because a lot of these teams.
What did you give him props for?
I gave him props. That's the only thing he got right in that aspect. He said you're paying. He said when he disagreed with it, he said you're paying all these kids money. It's going to distract them, and that's why the big blue blood teams are not in here, because they're distracted rather by a coach like Calipari, or just distracted by having the money already, or already knowing that some of these guys on your team is going to be NBA bound anyway.
Allegedly, there's actually literally no proof of that being true.
News alerts.
News alert.
Okay.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah,
they're already getting paid. It's just visible.
Oh yeah.
Oh damn, coach.
That's what I never understood about this combo. Nothing
that
has
was
changed.
A burn. That was
I agree,
one, coach. That was a good one-liner.
The only thing that's changed is that players can fucking have control over their situation now because they can bounce through the transfer portal. So when these coaches say, "We love your son, he's going to be here for 4 years," and they're bouncing a month, your kid has some kind of agency.
No, understand that. You got guys from, big schools transferring and stuff like that, but it's more the teams that are lower tier, mid tier. You know, you got those 5 stars that, for the most part, go to those schools and stay 1 year and then they're out. You're not really in it. So in the sense of you give him a little credit. 111th is cool for me. I'll give him a shout out there on that because he did say that, and that's a little reason why the big schools are not playing in these championship games.
Based on what? Like what proof?
Based on
that's what caused it. There's no proof of that at all.
Cash rules everything around some players, man. Get the money. Dollar bill, y'all.
So who's getting paid the most in women's college basketball? Because she's not at a big school.
Who?
Why isn't it distracting Caitlin Clark?
No, she's not the highest paid player in NIL. Angel Reese is. Okay. Angel Reese is.
And how's that stopping her?
Angel Reese is.
She got a ring, National Player of the Year. She's so distracted, too.
She is distracted.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. We didn't see the post game? We didn't see the post game the other day?
I wish I was that distracted.
We didn't see the post game the other day. We didn't watch the LSU the whole year. This girlfriend going campus, all this extra stuff. Yeah, distractions.
Okay. So how many wins would she have had if she wasn't distracted? Because she already is
They probably would have won another ring if she wasn't distracted.
Allegedly. She put up 20 and 20. I think she was.
No,
they didn't make the national championship game. She was distracted, man. Somewhat.
Yeah, it was guard play. We didn't have a point guard.
It was guard play. It had nothing to do with her.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I think this is a good time for us to go to a commercial, and we've actually got stuff to promote. And we need y'all to pay attention to these promos here. So let's start off with this one.
Join STWF-TV for the draft, hosted by The Parlay. Enjoy the fun and join in the conversation.
We've got 2 wrestling podcasts this week. Thursday, we preview WrestleMania. And Saturday, after Stand and Deliver, we'll do a post-show podcast.
Oh, yeah!
Join us for Best in the World. #BITW.
I thought it was about to be hoe water.
Damn it, Bobby.
That's her favorite. Everybody likes hose water.
Yeah, hose water is nuts. Because it doesn't make any sense. I don't even know what's going on. I feel like every time I see the hose water, I'm trapped in a different dimension.
Will the very first time we saw that commercial, Will was broke for literally 5 minutes.
Yeah, bro. I didn't know what. I was like, who are we selling it for, and what are we selling? I mean,
it's our sponsor, Hose Water. You know.
Hey, look, if OnlyFans could sell bath water, we could sell hose water.
Hey,
this commercial brought to you by Get the Fuck Out. Go outside. Drink some hose water.
All right. So next up, gents, we have MLB Power Rankings. I think this is what tomorrow is completion of first week of the season, if I'm not mistaken. So, number 10 at 2-3.
So you want
Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, get the fuck out. This team sucks.
Yeah, I'm about to say, how are they in the top 10? They must have started. They must have started high because they smoked. I seen Jake.
The bottom 20.
I seen Jake celebrating the first day of baseball. Oh, they got a dub. Have they got a dub since?
I don't think so.
Took. It's the first.
I'm just asking.
You're supposed to be high for the. Hold on. You stay.
Yes.
You stay. You leave me alone. You're allowed to be hyped on the first game of the season. It's opening day. Everyone's excited. Cincinnati's got the best opening day period.
Oh, no, I understand.
Hyped for a first game win.
I understand all that. But you know what I'm saying? When I'm sorry, they won 3 games. You good. They got 3 games. They won 3 games.
So you better freaking hype. You better calm the hell down with this. It's our year. Every time.
So right now they said, and I don't know if this is valid, Jake, you may know this. So they say that this is the earliest any team has been no hit in MLB history.
Oh Lord!
Yeah, no, it was that bad. They hit the broadside of a barn. The pitching was trash. They lost 11-0.
That's confusing because I know.
Go ahead, Will. I know you got something to say.
Well, the Red Sox had an opening day no hitter too with Hideo Nomo.
Really?
Yeah. That was a whole thing.
I said
it might have just been his first. No, you know what? It might have been his first start, not opening day. That could be my fault.
Yeah, I think it was his first start.
Listen,
yeah, it might have been his.
I'm gonna go out and say this much: Ross Atkins is
earliest
an idiot.
by date.
Oh shit! Yeah, okay.
Dan Schneider is a moron.
That checks out.
Dan Schneider. I said Dan Schneider. My bad. Whoever our manager's name is, his name might be Dan Schneider too, for all I know. I forgot. Exactly. This management of this team is absolutely horrible. We had one of the best hitting teams 2 years ago, and they traded them all away for nothing. We got nothing out of it. This team is horrible. The pitching is not – it's the beginning of the season. But
man, this is like this. Toronto sports sucks. Straight up.
When has Toronto never stopped? When did Toronto stop being a farm system for everyone else in the division? You and Tampa Bay have always just been a farm system. And Kansas City.
I don't want to talk about it.
It's interesting that you say that, Will.
I bet it is.
Number 9 at a record of 2-3 as well is Tampa Bay Rays.
That part.
Man, all their wins came against the Blue Jays.
Hey, too.
Really?
This is why we don't do podcasts anymore.
When it all falls down.
You let a team that only got 300 fans in the stadium.
So they can't fill the family section.
Nah, but it's early in the season, man. But yeah, the no-hit MLB history, you know what I'm saying? Hey. I mean, that was the Astros that did that, sorry. But for them to, I guess, beat the Blue Jays, I mean, I guess they must be ranked higher than them at 9. But like you said, the AL East, you know, these teams are ranked high because the division is so good. And these teams were fighting literally last year for wild card spots. Like, I can understand why these preseason rankings got these guys up high, but I think this is going to be a good drop for both of these teams.
I hope the only good team that comes out of here is the Orioles. I'll be happy.
I know what AL East team isn't in the top 10.
My Red Sox, garbage.
Number 8, with a record of 1-3, the Phillies from Philadelphia. And they currently have the worst ERA in MLB at a 7.3.
Didn't what's his name just do something for the first time ever? I don't even know what it is. This is the worst stat I've ever brought up because I don't have any information about it. Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper
did something that no one else
had no hits coming into the other day, and he had 3 home runs.
Oh yeah. So he went from no hits at all, and then he bombed 3 in that game.
Another weird MLB stat.
Yeah, shit that won't happen anywhere else because nobody's counting this stuff.
Number 7 at a record of 3-2, the Arizona Diamondbacks.
That's how boring baseball is that they count that type of shit.
They in the late side of
that's where Jordan Montgomery went, huh?
Yeah. Which is dangerous for him.
Yeah, they say it could be one of the best rotations in the National League.
Yeah, it's early for them. They're dealing with some. They're going to struggles in the pitching position, man. They'll be all right.
They're in a lot better position than they were last year, and they made it to the World Series last year. So if that says anything, be worried about the Diamondbacks.
They got Marte over there.
Huh?
Do they have one of the Martes on that team?
Ketel?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have him. And they also have a guy that I miss. I miss Lourdes Gurriel Jr. I'll take him back.
Memories.
Number 6 at a record of 1-4. The Houston Astros.
1-4. Hey, listen here. I'm not going to celebrate all crazy because there's no point to do it. But the Angels got a better record than them. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I didn't hear the opening to this. Is this the worst teams in baseball?
This is the open. No. So what happens is the MLB. This is why it's the bottom of the barrel because they don't. You're 1-4. You should be out the rankings. They just saying, "Oh, we're going to drop you a spot because you was already in the top 10," which is fair. But
you know the real problem is that we did a top 10 this early in baseball.
That part.
It's been
that part.
They played like 2% of games.
Yeah.
The only thing about the Astros that I like is the chance. Fuck Altuve.
This is like doing a power ranking in week 2 of football.
Ain't Justin Verlander out again?
This is crazy.
I don't even think he's playing for the Astros anymore.
Who?
Verlander?
No, he's there. Oh wait.
Oh.
No, he did. No, he's
I
gone.
thought he left.
Okay.
Yeah, he went somewhere else. That dude's gonna play till he's 90. And still have heat.
Yeah. It's like he was a long time ago. He was at what, Detroit?
Yeah, he did that. That was a lifetime ago.
It was Detroit to the Mets.
It was. I still had a hairline when he played there.
That's like it's 3. Like there's multiple careers have began and ended during his since he's
actually it shows he's still with Houston.
He got back to them, I think. Yeah, he made his rounds and ended up back where he really loves Houston.
He got traded from the Mets last year at trade deadline.
Who the fuck would like Houston?
I mean, I'd love to play in Houston, bang them trash cans. Let's get these wins.
Coming in number 5 with a record of 3-1, the defending world champion Rangers. Now, got a little bit of bad news. We lost a third baseman. He's out 8 to 10 weeks.
Young?
Yep. Broke his wrist.
That sucks. Dude, Josh Young's a beast. He's one of my favorite third basemen in the league.
How many of those you got?
2.
Yeah, man. Bad blow for the Rangers, man. But Wyatt Langford looks like he's gonna hold that spot down for 2 months.
Yes, sir.
And definitely they're gonna turn up, man. Great opening day from them. Overall, man, we've seen this team peak last year. And hopefully you see the same this year from them. The way the division looks right now, it's early, of course. This is the craziest sport, like you said, the do rankings in after week 1, because it's like 200 games. But in all, we see teams like that, like the Rangers last year. We hope that they can keep it up.
That part.
There's a long season though.
Number 4 at a regular 5-0. The New York Yankees.
It's a long season. It's a long season, and they've been dealing with some crazy shit. Of course, they're the Yankees, so management up top, upstairs, got a lot to do. People say with their performances or the players overpaid, whatever the case is. But honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. Adding Soto to me was a good move. I feel like, unlike the others, Judge and they still got homie. There's a lot of star power and guys that just yap and yap and yap. I feel like he's going to be the guy in the middle that kind of poisons them in. To me.
Too bad he's a rental.
And that's the thing, too. The rental part. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's the crazy thing, too, on the side. But I feel like they'll get their money's worth with him this year. And hopefully, it's time for a re-up next year. This Yankees team this season, and I'm going to say regular season, not playoffs, I think this is going to be a completely different Yankees team than it was last year. And they ended up being bad at the end of the year. I don't know what happened to them, but
yeah, look, it's all fluff. It's the same Yankees, different year. You add somebody and it don't do nothing. It don't pan out. They end up sucking.
The pitching is going to suffer too.
I mean, if the Blue Jays are going to suck, which I hope they do, and the Devil Rays ain't going to have 500 people at the game.
The Blue Jays when we're talking about the Yankees.
Because these are the teams in the division. And the AL East is definitely going to get 2 teams out that division. And we just said we ain't going to have the Red Sox in the mix. And I don't damn sure want to see the Blue Jays in the mix. Shout out to Vlad, though. That's my guy. And the Rays.
He's laughing. Orioles. This is how you know it's bullshit. He's literally just got this hate for the Blue Jays because I like him. Watch. I think he starts hating the Reds.
Yeah, that's not new. Why you acting like that's new? It's what we do. Shut up.
No.
It's your first day.
Number 3 at a regular 3-1. Actually, the team that I think probably, no, I ain't going to be probably about it. They're going to challenge the Rangers to represent the AL, the Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah. This is my team to watch this year, which is, it's not even like, it's like getting on the Lions bandwagon now because they already showed us last year what they could do. But
most prolific offense last year.
Yeah, and it's going to continue. And I think they're going to not shock the world this year because we're watching for them now, but they're going to be good. They were close, right. Man. They were close at the end of the year last year to winning it.
Just overall, the experience factor for me was why they lost last year. They'll be a lot more active this year and being able to hit those Pioneers, man. It's good to see Baltimore, the Orioles, be a great team, man. Shout out to my hood, because the Oriole hat was literally the Oriole hat to the hat of the hood. So, I can go buy an Orioles fitted with the bird on it, you know what I'm saying, and make it do what it do. I'm not an Orioles fan, though. This is a hood hat,
Hey, look, it's the only Baltimore team I don't hate. So, I mean, yeah, they're all right.
Number 2 with a regular 3-1, the Atlanta Braves.
My second team.
Yeah, dog. Hey, they just had a good drop into the goddamn White Sox. I mean, though today's game was postponed, I had them and they voted on my parlay, but they are gonna have fun with these bad teams the first couple weeks. I think they play the Mets in their next series, so you're gonna see Atlanta probably be in the top 1 through 5 in the rankings, guaranteed, probably for the first like 2-3 weeks.
And number 1 with a record of 5-2, so those superficial, but got a banging ass lineup. The LA Dodgers.
We got the LA Super Dodgers,
and they're still not going to win a ring.
Sports is that team.
Yo,
yes.
Every time somebody last night via Instagram DM and said to me, send me a highlight of Mookie Betts going crazy for the for like the 5th consecutive night. And he said, man, every time I watch Mookie Betts, I want to spit on every single Red Sox owner, GM in the organization. He said, dude, this is a disgrace that they let him go, man. I sit there like, God damn, man. Shit, man. But yeah, I feel like the Dodgers to fall. We said that last week. We all hope for the Dodgers to fall. We don't want them to win nothing, but that team is fucking stacked. What's ahead?
All right. So far we've looked at NHL, Little March Madness, MLB. Probably the one that's getting ramped up right now to get ready for the playoffs. Got the NBA.
Let's get it.
It's the NBA
coming in number 10. Down 1 spot from last week with a record of 44-31. The Orlando Magic.
Nice. I called
this.
I called this in the position that this team played tough all last year. They were in so many games that they still lost, but they were close in so many games, and it's good to see. Also, the fun thing about watching this team right now is Suggs. Jalen Suggs finally like panning out to be what he was supposed to be. Like it's fun as hell to watch this team. They got a lot of heart. They can score, but they defend their ass off. For a young team, they've committed to the defensive end, and you gotta love that.
I agree with everything he just said.
Fair enough.
Is Franz Wagner still balling?
He is. He's one of their best players and is about to get a fucking bag.
I have to say, because he's always been a 3-point monster, so I always like this game because of that.
You know what's funny? Probably the thing he least relies on now, the 3-pointer. Because his game is so well-rounded offensively that the 3 ball is more. He'll shoot the 3 when he's spot up. But off the dribble, he gets you to the rack. He get into the line. He got post move. Like, the kid Franz can go. He can go.
Does his brother play at all?
Yeah. The Wagner brothers are doing work in Orlando. They set up shop. Little German.
That's got to be pretty cool to be able to play with your brother in a professional team like that.
Hell yeah.
I'm not even hating. That's badass.
Bang Bros.
Bet you're stupid.
Number 9.
The Bash Brothers, Bang Bros is a much different thing.
Yeah. They're both in Florida, though.
Yeah, that's true. Both in Florida.
I don't know anything about that, but
I don't know why you know that.
Hey, you're the one that said it.
You have been married the entire time they've been alive. They exist.
Coming in number 9, down 3 spots from last week with a record of 45-30. Dale and his New Orleans Pelicans.
Yeah, I see right now we getting our behinds toe up versus the Magic.
No Diddy.
They be getting the ass all right now.
Yeah. They beat the Bucks, but then they lost to the Thunder, the Celtics, and Suns. But Zion was showing up those games.
The Suns won a game?
Yeah, he's playing. But
he's averaging
look like right now
for the week.
I remember that, Darryl.
Yeah.
Miami Arena.
They wouldn't let him.
Look like Brandon Ingram not playing the deck tonight.
Also, it's crazy they got the Fetty to do that, Darryl. Y'all remember when that happened? And the Bang Bros try to name.
I remember that Miami Arena.
Yeah,
they try to get Miami's arena.
No
bullshit. They might have got people to go to the games.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Halftime entertainment.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, just like that live sextant.
Luxury suites.
Right. We talked about live sex earlier, right?
Exactly. There you go.
Hold on. Wait, my bad. Hold on. I don't mean to cut this in because I know we're talking NBA, but too, Dale, didn't WWE almost name a faction the Bang Bros earlier last year?
Yeah, Sheamus and Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, but in that world, it makes a ton of sense. In this world, it made none, which is why it didn't happen.
Yeah. Vince was still in charge then.
Yeah.
So,
it kind of makes sense in my eyes. I'm gonna be real with you. I'll tell you why before we go to the next team. 5 seconds. Because there's a lot of video vixens and models and hoes that are following these NBA players. So Bang Bros would have been good for the statue of you would have got more hoes to mess with NBA players. Yeah. So it would have been an X for both the league.
He doubled down on it.
It would not have helped the league at all.
Oh Jesus!
Hey, we're gonna give you $235 million. Okay. We know you're gonna have a baby, and 85 of that shit gonna be gone. I don't care what you do with your money.
I think your real problem is, mommy, what is Bang Bros? I think that's your real issue with why that can't happen.
Evil Mario Brothers.
Yeah. I want to play Bang Bros. Listen, son. Just give it time.
No, we said Mario Bros.
Number 8, up 4 spots with a record of 44-31. Jake and his Phoenix Suns.
Look, I'm a nice little hater of my own team. This is still a false hope team. As much as I love him, and I'm glad the shock of what Grayson Allen's done to his spot on the team and everything, and Kevin Durant and everyone being healthy, actually. And it's nice when because I'm on Facebook and I follow the Suns, and seeing a healthy scratch of the starting lineup for like 3 weeks to a month straight, it's nice. I think the only one that's been out has been Nurkic for like 2 games. They're fine, but we'll set it best at the beginning of the year. It's mid. They're good enough to win a lot of games, but they're not going to do anything. I mean, Tuke tried to give me some false hope and said, they could win in the second round and possibly get to the conference championship. I was like, yeah. In what fantasy world, though?
They'll have a puncher's chance because they can shoot. They can score. So they're always going to be.
I have no faith. I haven't had faith since we actually got to the championship and lost to the Bucks. So we'll see. We'll see.
Man lost faith because they traded Mikal Bridges.
Shut up.
Yeah, he was distraught.
He's hurt, literally physically hurt.
Me and Will woke Coach up in the middle of the night because we fought for 3 straight fucking hours over KD.
That was a very long read.
That wasn't even a debate. It was a legit fucking fight.
It was an ass kicking because you were making outlandish claims.
No.
What?
Don't
make me go public with the shit you said about KD. Don't make me do it.
Even a month later, you said, I see what you were saying.
About Bridges. Nothing you said about KD was valid and should ever be uttered to anyone else.
What, the fact that he's old and injury prone? Okay, whatever.
No, those were all things that we all know. It was other things that we're not going to
continue the list.
So you got to realize, I'm going to say, no. Jake, say it like this. There was a reason why they swapped Mikal Bridges for KD, and even a little taller should know that. Mikal Bridges, no disrespect to him, great player for the game, but KD is what the Suns needed for the game, not him.
Maybe.
And that's why they would
have been great if he would have played. It would have been great if he would have played the first 2 months he was
there. No, because the guy, he's still trying to develop, trying to score 20-something points a game. They wanted a guy that scores 20 now. That's the name of the game. And that's why they went to KD. Sorry, Mikal Bridges, but you ain't nothing now. And no picks next year for you. But who's the next team on the list?
Number 7, down 3 spots with a record of 47-28. They have quickly descended since the coaching change. The Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, they haven't been the same, man. They're bad with Doc. They were better with Griffin. I just feel like
with Griffin, it was what, like 30-13?
Yep.
Yeah,
but
the problem is that with Griffin, they had a blatant hole that made sure they could never win at all, which was they could not defend under Griffin. The minute Doc came, their defense got better, the team got worse, but they defended better. AJ Griffin, they weren't playing enough defense.
They stuck with Doc, huh?
Oh yeah, of course they are. Everyone who gets Doc gets stuck with Doc.
Every
real
time.
with you, dog.
Doc
They
is
old,
coaching
dog.
herpes.
Well, like
They old.
they're paying 2 other coaches right now, so
It's absurd.
They're old. They did doing more and more dumb stuff. I mean, besides the Dame signing, I guess, for Giannis to pack his bags and be out soon. This team is old as hell. And I said in the beginning of the season, like, they are old. Like, yes, Brook Lopez, solid player. Chris Middleton, solid player. Bobby Portis, yes, solid player. But these guys are getting old.
Yeah, long in the tooth. It's gonna be Giannis and a bunch of young guys when it's all said and done.
It's gonna be Bucks rebuilding.
They're gonna trade him for a lot of picks.
He gonna leave.
Gonna be in LA?
No, you know where he's gonna go. Okay, LA's a fair assessment because once Braun goes, they're gonna try to make a big splash. It could happen, but he's more likely, in my opinion, to end up on the Warriors.
I'm be real with you. I'll be real with you. If Dallas can develop their team, I can see in a few years Giannis and Lively being part of a trade. Not saying straight up Lively for Giannis, but I can see Giannis going to Dallas, man. Go play with Luke, or Luka going to play with Jokic. But one of those international players going to be playing with each other one of these days. That's a conspiracy moment with 2 pointers.
Number 6.
That would be crazy, but
it does make sense. Giannis does like small market. He could go to Denver.
Yeah, what he doesn't like is not having the ball in his hands.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to Denver. I'll say that.
Number 6, up 9 spots with a record of 47-28. The Clippers.
They got I'm be real with you.
They're healthy. I can't really argue with what's going on with them. They're healthy. So
they had a slump though. They had a slump, but the reason why they're trending up, I'm gonna tell you why right now. Russell fucking Westbrook coming back off the injury list. He missed, I think, 3 weeks with an injury. He's back now. Russell. People may not like his game and all that, but this the what he brings to a team is what the Clippers need. They need that along with, and then it makes everybody go. The Kawhi played over 65 games this year. Shout out to him. He's eligible for some awards. You know, Paul George is playing good because he wants to get paid. Right now, you're getting the Clippers at the max, but this might be the max for them. I don't think they can overcome, and win a championship, but it's good to see this team, man, playing good basketball.
Who's their head coach?
Ty
Lue.
Yeah. Probably
very underrated coach.
Dale, is Mike on? I think you talking. I couldn't hear you.
I'm laughing at Bobby.
Okay. What's Bobby?
Yeah, Bobby said if we're catching bits and pieces from the show, we're from Bang Bros, the international players playing with each other. Hey, man, this is probably Wednesday, man. You don't know what you're gonna get with us.
Yeah, just keep marking down on his. Just keep marking down on his greatness so we can clip it.
Yep.
Number 5, up 5 spots with a record of 45-30. My Dallas Mavericks.
You're playing great basketball right now. You usually see this from Dallas late in the season, this and that, and you're seeing it right now. Luke and Kyrie playing awesome together. Jason Kidd looking like he got the team, to listen to what he's trying to preach somewhat. Probably not. Probably just the 2 players, the 2 stars doing their thing, and the team that's following them. But overall, it's a great signing for Dallas. And the 1 to 2.5, year expiration date of Luka may move back to about 3 years if they keep playing at this rate, rather than him leaving.
You mean talk about him leaving? Okay, yeah. I was like, that man is not expiring. But yeah, in terms of him leaving, they got to keep him happy, and I think he's happy as hell right now.
He's eligible.
He really loves playing with Kyrie, which makes him one of like 2 people. So like, I think that he should definitely just try to get Kyrie to stay, and they can both move forward. I think this team has potential to do really good. You got 2 closers. All you got to do is surround them with 3-and-D guys. You literally, if you just go out and get nothing but 3-and-D guys, that team can win a championship.
He's eligible for the Supermax too this year, playing over 65 games.
He's gonna get it.
$364 million.
Yeah. He's gonna be the highest paid player, and if I'm being honest, he should be. In my opinion,
does he win the MVP this year finally?
No.
Man.
No.
Well, he's getting closer though. He's getting closer.
He's definitely getting closer.
Because like, here's why. So like, Shai hasn't been playing last couple games. I don't know how much it's going to affect his MVP race because he's been balling, but like, is Tatum's going to be up there, Joker's going to be up there, and Luka, and everyone else. I don't know who else is really good.
Man, after what Jokic did yesterday, he's a lock for the MVP.
Yeah, but
that might
get the MVP.
But he's a lock. Fatigue. Yeah, the fatigue. The league doesn't like to
tired of voting.
They will.
No, understandable. But when the guy is doing stuff like that, staying available,
but he always does that.
Disregard not giving him the trophy
because he always does that. But he doesn't always win it, right? But he always does this. So obviously,
and we spoke a few weeks ago. We spoke a few weeks ago on this too.
Yeah.
If they slide up to 1, then his chances are even better with them at 3. And right now, if we're looking at it, they are. Ooh, yeah. Joker's getting that MVP again. He getting 2 times.
Right,
he should be 3-time MVP.
He should be.
Minus 700
he should be
in Vegas. He's minus 700 in Vegas right now, and he's the favorite.
Yeah, it makes sense. He's the favorite for sure.
He got 42 last night. Wrap it up.
I mean, yeah, he does. I mean, but
sorry, SGA man. Sorry,
Luka got his team playing, and he can put up some 40s and 50s too, and he has. But yeah, it's
Luka is second at a plus 550.
Right.
That's still to me.
Averaging 34, 9, and 9.
Kyrie, his value to the league is probably diminishing, but they're looking at Luka. You got Kai as well, and it kind of doesn't make sense.
They got Jamal. They got Jamal and Aaron Gordon.
But this is the thing. No. But this is the thing with Jamal. No. Listen, there was something the other day about Jamal Murray on Facebook, and it was actually like really like if you name the guards and shit like that, basically like. He's just there. He's their star player. But when you name the other star players in the league, he's at the bottom of the rank. So they're not really looking at Jamal Murray like they're looking at a Kyrie Irving.
All right, yeah, but he's definitely not bottom.
So they kind of still not talking about like top 10. Like
Oh, so it's like top 10 point guard.
Like top 10. Yeah. No, he's not the bottom. Great player. But what I'm saying is,
but he's a clutch player. That's important, though. So
they still think of Jokic as if it's Jokic's team. Like this is his team.
It is his team. But I'm saying, like, I make that case at times with MVPs. Like, who do they got next to him? I agree. That argument's an argument I've made before. But one of the other candidates is Tatum, who also has a Jaylen Brown. So I just feel like and it's not like I get it. Murray isn't Jaylen. Murray isn't Kyrie. But he's still Murray, and also Aaron Gordon is there. They do have a squad, but he's probably going to win it again. I'm not even arguing that he's not going to win it.
Yeah,
he's probably.
I just think because of SGA's injury that you just happened.
Exactly.
I think that's why the nail's in the coffin now, man. If they do give it to SGA, I'll be happy too, man.
You're probably right.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Preach.
Number 4, down 3 spots with record of 53 and 23. The Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, I mean,
just kind of talked about them already.
Yeah, and the backup too. You know what the crazy thing is? We talked about SGA missing games. I think Jokic missed a couple games last week or 1. I think it was because he just wanted to sit out. I don't think he's hurt, but the Nuggets in this week kind of slid a little bit, and I can see why. But ultimately, right now, they still got a chance to clinch the 1 seed after the season downs. I think they're like a game or a half game out of first. I think Minnesota still carries the number 1 seed, but it's gonna be interesting.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Appreciate y'all.
Number 3, same spot from last week, 52 and 23 record. The Minnesota Timberwolves.
If they can
stretch, still hurt.
Yes, Cat's still hurt. Possible return, I believe playoffs. I don't think there's going to be anything over the first round. He'll probably be ready for playoff time, but they're still keeping pace. They're still doing their thing. You know,
your man's be balling in place of Cat Williams. Your man's.
Oh, Nazir Reed.
Yo, bro.
My God.
He be doing work. Yeah, that man, he should be starting on most teams. Like most teams could start him at power forward. But he's back.
And it's crazy because Minnesota basically pity-packed him for their dollar. Yeah. And he's locked in for a little bit. But he's doing his thing. And people get it twisted. I mean, this guy is not a guy that's going to play D all day and do all that stuff. But he does a lot of good stuff on the basketball court to keep the team flowing.
He's a bucket. He's a glue guy, too. Like he's just
And Anthony Edwards don't got to deal with both big men. And it's surprising that both big men, Gobert and Cat, were playing good this year along with Anthony Edwards. Now it's Anthony Edwards, and then he can stick to Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert's always going to play his role. He always does. Shout out to him for doing that. And you got the rest of the guys, McDaniels, all these other guys that contributed.
This team was the team we were most wrong about at the beginning of the season. We shit on them when we were.
Yeah, we did. We shit on them. We told them kick Cat out. Yeah, send them to the Celtics or whatever.
We were telling them, we were telling them to rebuild around Ant. We were telling them to junk it all, and yeah, so can't win them all.
Hold on, what Gobert do?
Oh man, you let me and Toot go on basketball. We're gonna tear this list up without you telling us what's next. So,
yes, we know. Coming in number 2. No change from last week. A record of 59-16. Will's Boston Celtics.
How the fuck are we 2?
The Celtics.
It's the best team in the league. They're on drugs.
Best team in the ranking, though, in the last week, Will? You wouldn't even say y'all jumped out the 1 spot in the last week.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Plus 20-point favorites over the Hawks.
Just power rankings, man.
This power rankings. Hey, but they haven't had no power in the last week.
We sat a few guys.
Game lead in the East.
Yeah, we sat a few guys during that. Tatum sat a game. I think KP sat a game. Now we have a roster that it doesn't really matter if we sat guys, but we did. We sat some guys. Look, we're the best team in the league.
No, they're the best team in the league. Absolutely.
Playing games.
But losing to the Hawks twice could slide you down 1 spot.
We felt bad for them, trying to get them into the playoffs.
Fair. And number 1, up 4 spots, a record of 52-23, OKC Thunder.
Fuck them. No, sir.
It's going to be great to see.
Bro. I've loved them all year. We said it earlier in the year. They were going to be a problem, and here they are.
That crowd.
I'm glad I was right about them, but I was still wrong about the Spurs.
He was absolutely dead wrong about the Spurs, all the way down.
And we're never gonna let you get rid of it. Even if you admit wrong, you can't, because we told you then. We told you then, don't do this.
But at least I didn't. But at least I didn't fully shoot myself in the foot because I said they'd get the last play-in spot. I didn't give. Well,
something's about to get number 1 back because they just smacked the Thunder by 35 tonight.
Last play-in spot, more like first pick in the draft.
Hey, like I said, relax. Give me a break. I said no play-in spot. I didn't give.
Jake, I'm gonna be real. No, be real with yourself. No, Jake, be real with yourself for a second. You was trying to play just have them there, just to have people shouting out. You really knew that they was not gonna finish in the top 8. You knew that for sure.
Also, he was doing the 2.
Yeah, he was doing that. Being he was ass facing. I'm gonna call it like that. He was ass facing. He knew that wasn't gonna happen.
He was doing the 2.
Give me an answer.
He was doing the 2.
Toot's trying to save me right now, so I'll
no, I'm saving you. I'm saving because you know damn well they wasn't gonna win. No, you knew, but it was fun. It was fun to have it. It was fun to entertain.
You know me too well.
Yeah, no,
I don't play. My shit's real. Every take I take, I say it with my chest.
Yeah, he believed it.
But I will say, I'm glad I pat myself on my back for the OKC take, though. But it was too bad that it was tainted by the Spurs take right next to it.
Hold on, now you keep it real with you.
Yourself on the back for the take that everybody had.
Summer League championship. Spurs.
No. I had.
He was like, you know what's going to be good this year? The Celtics. The fuck, like.
Hold on. Breaking news real quick before we go into the next topic. Shout out to the NBA, by the way. Malachi Flynn of the Toronto Raptors goes for a career high 50 against the Atlanta Hawks. Second most all-time for a player coming off the bench. Do y'all know who the first one is with the highest total?
IT.
No, I think it was Brewer, Corey Brewer. He had 56.
Oh, I remember that ugly ass game.
I think it was Corey Brewer. I'm not too sure. We're going to have to look it up.
I should have known that too. That's a Gator, skinniest motherfucker I ever seen.
But he was
I thought every jump he was going to tear his ACL.
He sure was skinny.
It's a spring bean, bro. It was crazy.
He sure was, man.
College champion. He might end up in a who knows what he's going to do.
Definitely, man. Shout out to you, Coach Man, on the NBA rankings, man.
Yeah, no doubt. Look, man, I think it's perfect time for us to take a little time out, go in your backyard, and get you something to drink.
Hose water. Whether you've been playing hard or working hard, When your thirst needs to be quenched, there's hose water. Found at any retailer where sports drinks are sold. Or connected to your faucet in the backyard if you don't want to pay $4 for it. Hose water. Get yours today.
I laugh every time I see that.
It's so funny.
You need that what's that the stuff that takes the bacteria out the water. I forgot. There's like a chemical. You put that on the hose, and you can drink that hose water to death, man. Shout out to hose water, man.
Need a reverse osmosis.
A summer specialty since 1988 for me. Oh.
Hey, yo, all I know is that commercial is technically harmful to people if they live in like Flint or something.
That's true.
I'm just saying. It's aggressive.
He's trying to say we need a disclaimer.
If you're in Flint, Michigan, disregard the next 20 seconds.
Okay, so Brother Dale has shared something with us. We both have a rooting interest in this. We've got we'll call this one the City of Champions. Those that know me know what that means.
I know what it means because we actually were the City of Champions.
You got
amen to that.
You got what?
You have a commit. Right now, I think for his class, he's the number one rated wide receiver in the nation. He's a junior right now. Decorian Moore. Dale, but be nervous. He's taking a visit down to UT in the next couple of weeks, I think.
Oh no, we're fine. We're fine.
Come on down to the Gators.
Get some barbecue or whatever.
I'll be worried about it. No, he already got like 2 or 3 teammates already down there. Shot right down I-35.
Oh man.
Hey, we got some of them too.
This is him right here.
I mean, yeah, I assume he's gonna be the one winning. Be a weird video if he wasn't.
It's what, a 10-2 in 100?
I believe so. So that was his single race.
Faster than your internet.
10-4. 10-4.
10-4?
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
That was a good burn, Will.
And this is...
I wouldn't have heard it but you.
This is him running on a relay team that broke the national record 2 weeks ago that got second.
Yeah. Yeah.
They won the Texas relays with a time of a 39.73. And his teammate that ran with him is another LSU commit from the City of Champions.
Mm-hmm.
But can they football?
Can they catch the football?
Do you even lift, bro?
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, he run like people chasing him.
I'm not allowed to
I'll
laugh at that.
tell
Why'd
you,
you do
man.
that?
Yeah, torches and pitchforks.
God damn.
Like, look at the stretch here.
Yeah, every one of them got progressively faster.
Yes.
And I know how it's supposed to work that way because the anchor is the fastest, but like I know when you pull it up to that last guy and you're like, shit, we're already behind. Like
I got the stretches your
and he
ass.
runs a 4-2 on you, like, oh yeah, that's how it's supposed to play out.
So I think Decorium was the anchor, and I think Caden was the third leg.
Yeah.
Both
Man.
LSU Tigers.
Faster than your internet. Hey, yo.
Next year class gonna be something else, baby.
Gonna be something else. That's that's hell of a team that's coming y'all way, man. Make sure y'all take care of our kids coming out that way.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Come on, Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly got this under control.
Just don't
back to back 10-win seasons.
He still sound like he suddenly spawned in the French Quarter.
It's fine.
Sounding like Froghorn Leghorn.
It's all good.
I do declare.
It's all good. Hey, that accent sounds just fine to me.
Oh man. So
I think LSU has no choice. I think a lot of teams in the SEC have no choice this year but to really show up.
They better show up. They got some dogs coming in there this year. They better show up.
Saban gone. It's ours now. Taking over.
Got some dogs coming from Austin in there this year. Can't wait. All right, some NFL news.
Holy shit.
Y'all probably like me saw a trade that went down earlier today and was like, I like it, but damn. Team was already balling.
Yeah,
real good now.
I actually
much maligned. I know you like that because you know what? I think you got a little bit of a. Are they right there with the lines for you?
They're getting there. They're getting there. Cause look, they're a fun team. But here's the thing: hot take. I don't like the move.
Think he might disrupt team chemistry.
I think 4 years at that price for a guy who is gonna disrupt the beautiful chemistry this team already had. He can't not do it. He can't help himself. He was in love with Josh Allen at one point, and then he just
best buds playing COD together.
Best buds.
So you don't like it for Houston?
I don't like it for Houston.
Okay.
I don't like it for Houston. It's great for Diggs. He's gonna be on a field where you cannot double him because there's guys everywhere. Yeah, that's perfect situation for him with a young quarterback who's gonna be impressionable. So when he comes back and says, "Throw me the damn ball," he might actually listen to him. He's in a great spot. But for the Texans, obviously Diggs is a great player. I don't like it not on the field. The field's fine. It's the locker room that I'm worried about.
Yeah, good thing about him though, and I'm gonna just base it on his career. He won't do it till after like year 2.5, 3.
Maybe.
I think he comes in this year. He comes in zip, and then he'll let it marinate, and then you'll start getting the Stephen Diggs that we used to see. The Texans, I think, is a good move because I thought they would go and try to go get Mike Evans. I said they needed a veteran there.
They got one.
In terms of attitude, Diggs probably not the choice, but they got a veteran. And that's one thing that I said they would do, and they did it. And that's only sky's the limit for them now. Now, they got to get the tape rolling. Now, they got to keep that. They got to will now. The regular season's going to come, and they got to show that not only they massively improved, but they really about that life, man. This team's sneaky, and they going up the AFC rankings.
I do agree with your fact of, I think the first year there, he won't be a problem. Quiet as a church mouse. He going to go out there, catch 80-plus balls, and for 1,000-plus yards, probably 8 touchdowns. That's what he's going to go do this year.
He's going to be a fantasy darling for sure.
Yeah, yes and no. Yes, because he's always going to be open, but also they're going to share the rock. Like Tank Dell and Nico going to get theirs. So.
Well, I think for sure he's going to keep his mouth shut in this first year.
Yeah.
Because this is the only year he's got guaranteed money on his contract.
Oh.
The rest of his contract is like, yo, if you suck or you up there acting like a little,
okay, bye.
You're gonna get cut, and there's nothing left for him to pay. So yeah.
Thing is, but I got a question for you guys. Do you think D'Amico's the kind of coach that's gonna put up with that shit?
Not at all.
No. So this is why it's a great situation for him because yes, he may not. If he acts up, he may not get the back half of that contract. Someone else will sign him though. Like if he plays 1 year, then starts running his mouth, he'll be a chief.
Yeah, but like you're 32 at that point. You're a free agent. Like you want to be under contract.
Yeah, it's true. You do.
Buffalo. It says a lot about him that Buffalo's eating about 30 million, and then
Buffalo was done with him.
Because it's too much of this, bro. Like we get it. You're great. Shut up.
But who does Josh Allen have to throw to now?
I said last week.
Nobody.
I said last week they're about to leave Josh Allen on an island by himself.
Well, I think they're going to get young players because right now
wide receivers this year.
Yeah. Wide receivers is getting cranked out every year in the draft now, man.
This was the year.
The thing is, but the problem is Josh Allen's so inconsistent with the ball. Do you really want young receivers out there?
He's not.
I mean, you're getting paid. At the end of the day, right now, you're shredding the salary. You got this man. You're paying him,
but he's not though. And if you actually pay attention, you'll see that he's really
fine. No, you're fine. No, he's absolutely inconsistent with the ball, and he's poor decision making. That's the problem.
That's not the problem. The problem was their offense and how they were running it and how they had no back. What did I tell you the whole time you were saying this early in the year? They don't run the ball. That's the problem. And as soon as they started running the ball, the team was nasty. You're wrong.
There's always a new excuse with this guy, though.
What are you talking about?
He gets so many outs.
You're the excuse king.
He's terrible.
No, it's not. He's not terrible. He's not terrible. He's getting paid a lot of money, and the team's gonna ride on that lot of money. They have no choice to. You know, they let everybody go. This is a problem. You know, they let him go. Gabe Davis wasn't worth a second contract. Nope. So I agree with the homies. For a guy like this, when you do stuff like you're doing, of course you have to go start, and it looks like a rebuild when you gotta go get young guys. But this man is a top 5 quarterback.
Easily.
He's gonna make one of these receivers he gets this year somewhat good. I can say that. I don't know how good Buffalo will be.
So Pete, king of excuses, Jake. On top, you've made excuses for fucking everybody. On top of him, Gabe Davis sucks. On top of him not having a second receiver, his first receiver is a diva who's an asshole who they don't want so bad that they just ate $30 million to get rid of him. That was his best guy. Yeah. And they had no running game. And they were still in the conversation, and he was still in the MVP conversation. How does he suck, bro? How do you judge quarterbacks so terribly? I don't understand this.
I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. Look at the division he was in. That's exactly why he had a chance to get in there.
They still have Miami in the division.
The Jets were gone. The Patriots suck.
So is that why the Patriots made it all them years when the division still sucked?
Because Tom Brady was that goddamn good. That's the thing. But that division did absolutely suck. So they were guaranteed. And then even when the whole team was good because the year that Brady went down, they still almost won the division. Not the point. They were a good team all around. You're relying on one guy who is not the guy. And
he's not. Guy. That's the problem is that they're only relying on him, and they're not putting enough around him.
Is this
not playing smart football? You're not even running the ball.
Is this the start of the
Well, what 2, 3, 4 years? He led his team in rushing.
Ridiculous. Name another quarterback who does that.
Well, you know he doesn't. Hey, at least he's keeping it respectful in this aspect. He doesn't like Lamar Jackson. Didn't like Michael Vick. So I can see why he don't like Josh Allen.
Where did I ever say I didn't like Michael Vick?
Well, if you tell me, if you tell me you don't like Lamar, then what makes you think I think you like Mike Vick?
Fair.
Because I have a hate against Baltimore. I hate everybody from Baltimore.
It seems like you hate anybody that runs his styles like Lamar Jackson.
I didn't have a problem with Randall Cunningham. Any running quarterback, I got no problem.
Randall Cunningham was a better passer than he was runner. He just knew how to run sometimes.
You're not even old enough to play the last game Randall Cunningham was in. What are you even talking about?
Not the point. I'm naming enough running quarterbacks, Will. That's the thing.
But you didn't know anything about him outside of a random story. You read his entire career on the back of a Topps card. What are we talking about?
You guys are literally down my throat about I hate running quarterbacks, but that's not the fact. I stuck up for Justin Fields. I like Michael Vick when he played.
You only stuck up for Fields because he's at Ohio State.
With teams that I don't like. I don't like Baltimore.
Mind you, in his feverish attempt to defend himself, he says, I stuck up for Fields while I'm shitting on Josh Allen. You're fucking lost, kid.
No, I'm not. Josh Allen is
lost, bro. How are you sticking up for Fields and hating on Josh?
He is poor at decision making. He is the worst decision
maker.
You know what, Jake? I'm coming to your defense here, Jake. All right.
What does he know about quarterbacks, Carr, man?
Because I had this problem with Will during the season too, when I said I compared Josh Allen to Winston. Okay, at this point in time, because I just got through watching Josh Allen throw his interceptions in this game, and then they started blaming somebody else. That's when they fired the OC or whatever.
And ironically, that offense got better. Maybe it was what they said it was.
It did. but OC didn't make him throw them interceptions. That was him.
No, but exactly. Will they took the ball out of the poor decision makers' hands and started running the ball.
Yes,
I'm gonna be real with you. One of the best QBs of all time. One of the best QBs of all time, and Peyton Manning. Look at his interception count.
Plenty. Also, if you want to be honest, who led all time in interceptions for a while there? One of the best quarterbacks ever, Brett Favre. Yep. Turnovers happen, bro. Some guys, some guys are gunslingers and they turn the ball over. And you know what's funny? Josh Allen can actually afford to turn the ball over since he's the one doing everything anyway. So he's going to clean up after himself every time, which is what he has to do because the team is not good around him.
Coach, I got 2 questions for you.
Yes, sir.
Where post offseason rank does this put the Texans if you had a list of top 5 teams in the AFC? And on the other side, for Buffalo, who got rid of Diggs, is this the demise of Buffalo, or do you still think Buffalo can stay even shit?
Definitely.
And question for all you guys, I want Coach to start it off.
This is the
and mind you,
what part of Coach starting off first didn't you understand?
That's fine. I'm just saying, mind you, Coach, they lost a lot on defense too. The Bills did.
Right. So for Buffalo, I think this is the beginning of the end. I think McDermott's going to get fired after this year. Right now, I was looking at the wide receiver core. I don't recognize any of these people on here. They're going to run a lot of
knees.
Yeah, and they're going to probably run a lot of 2 tight end sets with Knox and Kincaid.
Smart also.
They still don't really have a running back. It's I dare to say,
did Moss stay? Because he's nice.
No, Moss is amazing
gone
now.
Ooh, rough.
So I dare to say they might be having a worse offseason than Dallas right now.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's true too.
But it's by design. Like they got $54 million in dead money. They purposely did this.
This ain't the year, right? Yeah, you
right.
Doing this. Yeah.
So my question is, if they're purposely doing this and they're just going to eat it all this year, are they foreseeing possibly down the line going a different direction in QB?
No, I think they tank this season for the most part, just because I don't think it's realistic to try to, and I'm not taking a shot here. If they were to try to like actually do some things in free agency and try to maintain this, I think they put themselves in the situation that the Saints were just recently in. So I think if they're smart, they'll just set back, eat this money for this year.
Yeah.
Probably be bad enough to be in the top 5 picks next year. And then you go out, you get the best receiver in the draft for that year or lineman, whatever it is that you need. You go out and get the best. And I think then when you have more money, you also spend in that free agency. And now I think you can jump back to where you were because you do have a quarterback who can do that. So I think that's how they got to play it. If they try to compete now, they're gonna fail themselves.
Okay. And to answer the first part of Tu's question, as far as my top 5 for the AFC, I got Kansas City.
Yep.
Then Buffalo. I'm sorry, Baltimore. Kansas City, Baltimore. I probably have to say I dare put Houston at number 3.
So you think this trade moves him up?
Yep.
Okay.
I got Houston at 2.
And you got Houston at 2, okay. And then because I like what Baltimore did, they did get King Henry. And they got some decent wide receivers, there. But
will he not throw to Derek Lively triple covered? If so, that's going to be great.
And then I've got Miami at number 4. And then I got it depends on how he comes back. I like what they've done in the offseason. I got the Jets at number 5.
I can see that if A-Rod gets back on this.
It depends how he comes back. They got Tyron on the left-hand side. They got Reddick on the defensive side. They've had a pretty good offseason so far.
You see the stat for performance-based pay that he got this year?
$81.14.
$81.14.
Who is it?
The tax write-off.
Aaron Rodgers, because he only played 4 snaps. So in terms of performance-based, he got $81.
Damn.
Hey, but per snap, that's what, 20-something or
yeah,
around 20-something.
You only pay like 3 snaps, right?
Right.
4. It was the 4
Good
snaps.
money.
Okay.
Yeah, hours of work.
Each snap is an hour's worth of work. That's unbelievable.
2004.
Man.
Basically.
So
I think he's doing okay.
That's my top 5 I got as of right now.
Yeah, I got Chiefs, Texans.
See, I don't think the move really does much for Houston, in my opinion, because I don't think he's going to really be playing more than Tank Dell or Nico Collins.
Yeah, he don't got to play more though. I think he can do what he's always done, but more efficiently. because he's.
I'm gonna be real with you. Yep, and these guys in front of him, the Dell and Noah Brown, where was they at last year? I mean, they was there, but then when they need them, they got hurt. You can't.
They got hurt, but they were
Noah Brown got hurt.
That's the reason why you get a guy like this.
Oh yeah. Now you got depth. Yeah,
he's gonna play 17 games.
Yeah, now you got.
And it wouldn't really matter now if you lose a tank.
Also, signing Diggs makes automatically just day one he steps on the field. It makes Dell better. It makes Nico better because they all move down one slot. Dell was a number 2 receiver. Now he's a number 3. Nico was a number 1. Now he's a number 2. So that's gonna make them better. They're gonna face different coverages. So either they're gonna eat more, or people will be like, "Well, we're gonna just continue to try to stop Dell and Nico, and then Diggs is gonna eat whoever."
They run a lot of 3 sets.
Yeah, they do.
They do run the San Francisco offense.
Yep.
A lot of 3 sets, so it's going to open up the running game.
They got Mixon.
And they got Mixon.
Yep. So
teams
look good on offense, and their defense is freaking competitive. All I got to say is I'm looking very forward to when they come to Arlington next year.
So they couldn't. They wouldn't got Danielle Hunter, right?
That's what I was gonna say. Did we talk about that? Did we talk? I don't remember talking about that.
Yeah, I don't think we mentioned the defensive guys they got.
Yep.
They were already a solid defense, and they added one of the best pass rushers in the league.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at that team as talent. Yo, all right, fellas, answer me this: talent-wise, just talent-wise, who got more talent? Them or the Chiefs?
More talent
right now. Them.
Right.
Them.
Right. The
undisputed better team.
The only reason why we got Chiefs ahead of them is because of a man named Patrick and another man named Chris. Other than that, I'd take their roster.
Oh, I definitely want their roster because it's all young guys.
Yeah.
But, Will Anderson, he should be good. Is he really going to be good? You still kind of projecting.
I think you put Danielle Hunter on the other side, he's going to get a lot better.
Right.
So they don't have a first round pick this year.
Yeah, we was. Remember,
yes, they do. They took him today.
Fair.
That's fair.
Fair.
They got number 42 in the second round.
And now they can keep going along with what they want to do now. They address what they needed. And now you can address everything else you need, man. Starting with that second round, man.
I like remember the mock draft they traded into the first round.
Yeah, I'm listening to you guys talk about the AFC rankings. I don't have one off the top of my head, but Will's been compulsive in the past about hype trains, but I think I have to agree with him on this Texans take. I do have him in the top 3. Talent-wise and play-wise, I still want to see what Stroud does in year 2 with the possible sophomore slump that may or may not happen. You don't know. It's subjective. But we'll see how it goes. But just talent-wise, yeah, I think Texans are definitely top 3.
2. Who's your top 5 in the NFC?
Top 5 in the NFC. That is
Dylan.
That is motherfucking tough, man. I have no comment right now. But I'll give you my favorite. I'll give you the best team in the NFC. Best team in the NFC is the team that played last year, man, in the championship. It's them. They're the high horse. They're the high stick. Second, everything else is up for grabs to me. Keep it real with you.
Eagles is number
Everything else is up for grabs. I mean, you can put the Eagles there if you want, based on the offseason pickups and acquisitions. You can put the Eagles there, but after that, everything's up for grabs. We're going to see how this in this year. Everything else is up for grabs.
I'm mad at you for that. You know that. You know I ain't mad at you for that.
And but the only reason I do is 3rd year, Jalen Hurts, 3rd offense coordinator.
Yes,
and we know Kellen Moore is not that good.
Yeah.
We know he likes to throw 40 times, and that's the last guy you want to do that with.
That part.
Hey, Will, I got a semi-tough question for you. Would you put Green Bay in that top 5?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I would probably say I'll put Green Bay. I would go San Fran, Detroit, Green Bay, Philly, and then
Cowboys.
Yeah. I'm not being a homer. I'll put Dallas 5.
I think it's a fair spot.
Dallas Cowboys are none of my list this year.
Good.
None of my list. I told everybody.
Good.
I gotta see something, man.
Maintain it.
I'm gonna maintain
it.
Maintain
After-
the excellence of
After the week 1 win, this our year.
It's gonna be prepreseason.
No, not even. I didn't know we played the
preseason.
Giants the first game. We played the Giants. All I was saying is we better win this game.
Yeah.
You don't really hear me talking in regards to Cowboy games or I'm not that type of guy. Fan, I don't comment every 5 seconds about the Cowboys games. I don't do that. I let everybody else on social media do that. My intake is like a real sports therapist when I was growing up. Before and after the game. I know social media is different now, but you don't really get that from me. That's one thing I can say about myself I don't do. It's already a headache already that I'm a Cowboys fan. If I was on social media commenting on every play of the Cowboys game, I would have no friends. So, for the most part, man, I mean, it's tough, man. It's disappointing year by year, man. They just keep losing, man. It sucks.
Last thing I got for y'all tonight, and I caught Dale off guard with it during the pre-show meeting. So, today there was a vote in Jackson County, Missouri. I'm sorry, Tuesday night, last night. It was a vote for a sales tax increase to help fund renovations for Arrowhead Stadium. It failed. It did not get approved. So right now, the Angels, LA, New York are the only 2 cities with multiple NFL teams. Could Dallas soon be joining them? As the mayor of Dallas went on social media today, and this is interesting because he actually started making, I think like maybe last year, the year before last, he had already started talking about having a second team here. He went out, said, "Welcome home, Dallas Texans, #Cotton Bowl."
So,
what are your thoughts on that?
I'm confused. What is he saying? That they're gonna.
He's telling them they need to come to Dallas. Come back home to Dallas.
Recruiting, man.
Who the Chiefs do?
Yep.
Yeah. So if that measure fails after you just won like 2 Super Bowls here,
It's
not
not
gonna
unreasonable.
pass.
It's an unreasonable. If it's the same thing that I learned about when I was down there going to the baseball games, it's outrageous what they want. They want to build. I don't know. Were they talking about building a whole new stadium? Is that what this was about? Because what I heard was they wanted to build
renovations.
The renovation that they're talking about. They're just labeling as they're going to build a track on both sides of, because Kaufman, which is where the Kansas City Royals play, and Arrowhead are in the same exact lot. It's one giant lot. And they want to build a track on the outsides of both with a giant awning that goes over them. Basically, it can slide from one building to the other. So when there's baseball games on and you want to have, but it might be raining, you can keep it covered. Same thing with the Chiefs. If it's too much weather and you don't want to play in that, you can keep it covered. I just think it's an outrageous ask. Nobody wants to approve it in the surrounding towns because that's outrageous. You're going to be working on that for 2 years.
And if you know one thing, about what people they might call him a snob or he's controlling his team too much, and Jerry Jones, he's definitely going to help in trying to get the stadium or whatever you want. You know what I'm saying, to a T. Ask the Vegas Raiders how they feel in their stadium. Though they ain't winning, but their stadium, or the Rams, how their stadium is doing.
But I wonder if he'd have that same energy when it's his backyard.
I think so. For the reason why
that takes away people from
I say the reason why I say yeah is because people already think that Jerry doesn't want to win anyway. He's just a businessman. So yeah, I think that he would.
I don't know if that has anything to do with it. What it has to do with is the money. He's moving. If he moves another stadium into his backyard, that affects his bottom line, and we all know that's not something Jerry does.
Well, you know what? He's been robbing from fans for the last 30 years.
So you think
we don't give a what he thinks about right now? So this is why I think it's plausible. There's huge economic boom here. There's a huge influx of people relocating here.
Let's go to Austin.
Say again?
Build it in Austin.
Won't happen. That'll never happen.
God, please don't.
It's too big there, and Austin is congested unless it's on the outskirts.
Right. It's already congested.
Yeah. Austin traffic sucks.
Yes.
And that's the bottom line.
But here's the thing, though. Again, everybody knows that was once the Dallas Texans. The Hunts still live here.
Cole, show me the hood they lived in.
That sounds like a trip y'all would take. I like that.
And they actually own the FC Dallas club here. So they've already got roots here from a sports organization standpoint.
I just don't know why they would do Kansas City that dirty. I know they're not helping them build a thing, but they still love that team, and they go.
Wouldn't it be the second team in Missouri to lose their football team?
Yeah,
Yep.
St. Louis.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't like sports like that in Kansas City. Shit.
Oh, but
From Missouri as a whole.
So
Because you got to think, everybody in Dallas is not Cowboy fans.
Yeah.
From all over the place. So
there's a couple things here, though. With this, first off, the Cotton Bowl is not going to be a realistic home for NFL team. Like, yeah, you can play there a year, and then until you get something else better, but you're not going to do that, because why would you leave the Kansas City Stadium right now if that's really the issue? You know, because I guarantee the stadium's guaranteed that they're at least on par right now with each other. So you're not upgrading, moving to the Cotton Bowl, right?
Listen here, just even if they played in the Cotton Bowl for a year, I got to experience the Cotton Bowl last year for a college football game, and I'm gonna tell you right here, when you hear Cotton Bowl, any sport, it don't even matter. Yeah. It's gonna have fans touching, rather you having a party in there like it was a big festival in there. Literally, everybody was in there. You can have TV jumbotrons of people watching the game. You ain't got to be in the stadium. It's gonna be lit.
It's college though. It's different.
Seeing Mr. Tex on top, of the world. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, that'd be dope.
Plus, you got another team coming into Dallas. You know they're gonna be second fiddle, number one.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
really?
And so,
if you're gonna do it with Mahomes though.
Yeah, you gotta do it with Mahomes, definitely.
I can tell you this.
I don't care who the quarterback is.
I can
it's
say
still
during
not gonna take
football
over.
season, there was a lot of KC flags driving around Dallas.
Okay.
So it's gonna put pressure on Dallas. I think at this point now, and Tua and I talked about this. This is the first offseason I've seen where fans are like, you know what? I really need to question myself and my loyalty to this team.
Right. And things that the Texans are doing are not helping that case. This KC talk is probably not helping the case in a sense. And this is like literally every year we're like, oh, we just hope somebody don't get in trouble. This year we're kind of like, we hope we have a reasonable team on the football field. And it's scary, man. Scary.
So my other question is, why would the league allow this?
Well, money, of course.
I think Dallas now is.
Do they stand to make more there? I guess
TV market. Yes. You got
whenever
TV
you
market, and you got a lot of corporations here now. So it's a lot of corporation money here.
I already can't stand that there's two New York teams.
Whenever you relocate, you have to pay every other owner in the NFL some money.
Yep.
Jeez.
So that's the incentive for the NFL right there.
Yep.
Well, I think it makes money, but don't really make it.
Ultimately, though, I just think KC at the end of the day, they'll go back to that conversation. They'll get what they want in Kansas City. I like the sight of Dallas, but I think at the end of the day, for what Will mentioned and everybody's mentioned throughout, they've been the team of this era. They've won multiple championships. When we used to play Madden. I used to play Madden, and y'all still play Madden. I used to play back in the day. You remember in franchise mode where you do the ticket sales and basically you're the real GM and stuff like that. And then at some point you want to change your field, regenerate your field. And you kind of got to, go through bonuses and stuff like that, win championships, do all that.
You got to get the paper.
Kansas City's done that. So I think that they definitely want to keep them guys in the city. Patrick Mahomes, like Will said. Now, if this wasn't Patrick Mahomes there, they'd be like, hey, man, let's move to Dallas. But you got Patty Mahomes there. As long as he's there, man, keep the city right there.
He lives there. He lives in Dallas?
In the off season. Yep.
And his annoying ass girlfriend from there?
Yep.
I think she is.
Homegrown.
I mean, the other part of it is really looking at the NFL teams going in and like pretty much sticking up regular citizens, the city. Give us some money or we're gonna leave. I've had this happen to me as a Saints fan during the Katrina time, right?
They almost went to San Antonio.
Yeah, Tom Benson was trying to move that crap to San Antonio, bro. We caught that fool at an LSU game, all right?
And we all beat him with a sock full of nickels.
All right?
Jesus Christ.
Old man was about to die, all right? But they whole city is hostage, man. Like the state of Louisiana was paying the Saints $25 million every year. This was like 3 or 4 years that went on, bro.
For what?
For them to stay in Louisiana.
That's outrageous.
And I'm telling you, every time it came to where it was due, it was like, oh, we don't have the money. We don't have the money. We got to borrow it from here. We got to borrow it from there. And eventually they got the money to pay them, to keep them there.
You got Mardi Gras every year. Shit, that shit should be easy.
So y'all running the entire franchise the way your franchise runs its roster. Crazy.
It's on my GMO, basically.
Out here, Robin Peter to pay Paul. This is nuts.
I'm telling you, man, that this is what was going on. So I really see what these cities are doing with the vote. I'm glad they put it to a vote for sure. Let the people vote on it. And in that way, they actually decide. Yeah, man. Do you really get that benefit back of investing all that kind of money into these teams? I don't know.
So here's a thing that I can add that maybe not everybody knows that makes this a problem, which then I understand this problem. Kansas City, I can kind of understand why they don't want to put this money up, because if it was like Red Sox, let's pick the Boston teams, for example. If it's the Red Sox or even the time when the Patriots wanted to move into the city, we considered it. And there was a bunch of people who wanted this to happen. They were going to put it at Encore. So where Encore,
they talk about the Revolution Stadium.
Yeah. Right. So where Encore is built was supposed to be where Patriots place is. They were going to build it there at first, but people just kept fighting it. And so it didn't happen. But the difference is that Arrowhead is in the middle of nowhere. I'm pretty sure it's like 7 to 10 miles from anything in every direction. So if you build that place up, what value does it have to the citizens of the neighborhood? It doesn't have a lot of value to them because they can't go there on a regular basis. They can't go get jobs there on a regular basis. It's nowhere near them. It's too far. Like it's pretty far. So I think, yeah, I understand why the fans are like, why would we put money up for something that we might be able to go to once a year?
I think that's the lure that they can have here, is because they already got it in the budget right now. They're in the process of doing what's the name of it?
State of Louisiana is broke.
$140 million worth of renovations already for the Cotton Bowl, and I think they will bend for the money for it. Have you seen the high school stadiums here? They love football here.
Yo, check. Yo, listen here. They got. I told you, my local high school football team used to practice at the park that we grew up in playing. Piece of shit park. Piece of shit park. I went to Texas.
That's actually the name of it.
Looked like a welfare case. Literally. Yeah. The football stadiums there made all Boston stadiums look like welfare cases. Literally. You got a Foxborough Stadium at a high school. Judd Stadium at a high school.
I took 2 by Duncanville.
All the teams got fields. All of them. You have 4 teams practicing in the same day in their own fields.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy, huh?
It's football.
Louisiana, we sharing
religion and guns. That's
we said football. What?
I said football, religion, and guns. That's what y'all do.
Sprinkle a barbecue in there now.
Louisiana, all the public high schools play at the public stadium. That's what it is.
Oh wow,
that's the same in Boston. Like the same, they play at the White Stadium.
White Stadium, yeah, White Stadium. Yo, you know how many schools White Stadium is their home stadium? Yeah. At least 10. Yeah, very minimum 10.
You probably only got Madison with their own field, East Boston.
Yeah, and Eastie only had their whole setup because they've sent people to the NFL, so they made money back and built their shit. Yeah,
just put it into perspective. That vote that it got voted down in Kansas City,
yeah,
it got voted down 58-42. So it wasn't close.
They tried to do it. They got close.
Right,
couldn't get it. How many did they need?
Ain't passing, bro.
They just needed over half, or
I think they just need 51%, I think.
Jeez. They couldn't squeeze 2% more. Rough.
After the Super Bowl, they ain't passing.
That's weird too.
After a back-to-back with prospects of being a three-peat.
Repeat, yes.
Wild. Team was 0-7, had 20,000 people there.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Friday
it's an
night,
event.
things shut down Friday nights for football.
Friday Night Lights, that's why it's a thing. Also, This is why I said, like, y'all built a nightclub for a people who want that nightclub experience in football.
And if it come to the Cotton Bowl, ain't none of that going on.
Right.
Yeah.
None of that.
Because it ain't like that.
No.
So yeah, you're talking about big reinvestment again, with a whole nother stadium. And if the city is indeed inviting the Chiefs, then the city is going to be ponying up some money.
Yeah.
And the pockets are long here right now. Real long.
Oh,
pockets.
Yeah, real long right now. They're building all types of stuff out there.
Their pockets been long since they got rid of the natives.
Damn. It'd always be too soon for that one.
Just history, folks. I'm not saying anything new.
Read your books.
Yeah.
What I got for shout out, fellas? It's fun. It's been fun tonight.
Hell yeah. This is a great. Yeah, we had a 5-man squad in here today. It felt like the draft. I was hyped. This is dope. We'll do this again.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Jake for coming through, man. And he said he's going to join on the wrestling podcast that we're going to do on Saturday after Stand and Deliver. So,
no. I'm gonna say that. No.
I knew this was coming.
His behind's gonna be in there tomorrow night for our WrestleMania week show. We're gonna have a half an hour to 45 minutes, and Jake's gonna be there. He told us he had the day off the next few days. Hey,
he told us
he did snitch on himself. He did.
So I expect you there tomorrow, Jake.
Hey, Jake, man. Hey, Jake, lesson learned. Always keep you guessing, bro. Always keep you guessing.
Yeah, that's the World Wrestling Podcast tomorrow and Saturday, baby. We're getting it in WrestleMania week.
But yeah, shout out to Jake, bro. You see this though, Jake. I hope you know we joke like this. I know you know that, but we joke like this with Jake because we actually want him here, and that's what it. And not just for the Parlay perspective, but your wrestling team wants you to. Your tap out team feels abandoned. Honestly, if I'm being honest, we feel neglect. A lot of neglect. Up.
Listen here, man. We duplicate some things in the entertainment world. One of these being you got to have, like Jake said, the villain, the guy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is love, man. Shout out to Jake for tuning in tonight, coming on. You know what I'm saying? Blessing us. Shout out to Dale. You know, coming through, man. Hey, he's kind of being consistent with this thing here. Shout out to him for being here, man. Taking his time, precious time to join us and our crazy selves. Shout out to you two guys, Coach and Will, man. You know, fantastic week so far. You know, turn it up, man. My lady says, hey, man, you need to shorten shows. I said, it's so much fun. You know what I'm saying? This is one thing I dreamed of, man. You know, as a kid, man, being rather was on camera face here or just in the world spectrum, just being on. So if that dream is still alive in my eyes, I'm going to still rise for it and strive. I'm happy to have you guys, you know what I'm saying, on the bus with me.
Rhyming, you heard that?
Yes, sir. He about to bust one. Shout out to Bobby, Daryl, Chris, Marquise, Anthony, P. Dollar, Keith, Tim, Valerie, Bree, Jalissa, and my Javelina brother Joe. I see you up in there, man. Appreciate the support, man.
Oh, you had a Javelina in here. You didn't even
got a Javelina in here, man.
I'm surprised you didn't throw a parade for the man.
You know, hey, I before we leave, anybody in the Vegas area, man, I might make an appearance down there before July 31st. I got a free hotel. I got free hotel stay.
You gotta go. I'm
just Caesars gave me a reward.
They comping your rooms now.
Yeah. I'm gonna put your picture up in Vegas. Don't let this man in.
Don't let me in no casino because I'm throwing the 1,000 spot on the first game.
You know what I'm saying? This is why I was so quick to be like, yo, chill, don't go there.
Yeah, man,
no bull crap. I was telling Coach I went to Vegas after a week of being there, after 2 weeks of being there, my belly, you can't, that food, alcohol, all that, it's wild.
See that? Kristoff, 27, 12, 5, 4, 78 field goal, 100% from three. That's why I'm not worried. This is also why I don't give a shit about what's happening for the rest of the season until the playoffs.
We gonna know in June when we got the crying bag face and Will on it.
hey, I done showed up on this show with the bag.
I know.
With the bag.
I know.
So I'll do it again. I'll come
I'm
with
about the
paper
Celtics
bag.
more than you, man.
I'll come with the paper bag.
You still gonna be my friend. The Celtics ain't my friends. You know me. I always hope for the demise.
This man, you gotta understand, this man was raised in a land of Celtics, and he's a Laker, so it wasn't great for him.
Ain't right.
But to be fair, though, we had a great run back and forth because y'all had like the early 2000s, and then we got one, and then y'all got another two. I guess.
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, we all are. Celtics and Lakers fans are all there for the same common ground. It's just that when we play each other, it just gets a little bit more intense.
They used to hate me at the bar. I'll be up there. I'll be in there like, yeah, I'm Celtics out. But I fist pump every time Kobe did anything, and they were so mad at me. I ain't give a shit.
They're
like,
probably confused. Like, what's going on here?
I'm like, yo, it's Celtics all day, but Kobe gonna kill y'all, and I'm okay with it.
You enjoyed the greatness.
I am.
We enjoy greatness, man, from the likes of us, because we're great. And, you know, we just continue to be great, man. Like, share, and subscribe. STWF-TV on YouTube. Sports Talk with Friends group on Facebook, as well as the STWF page on Facebook as well. Like, share, subscribe, like I said, man. When we hit all day long.
High-five.
Get the cork in your back, baby. Y'all have a good night, man. Send me Sosa, baby.
Find this podcast and others on STWF-TV, the Podcasting Network, wherever you get podcasts.